What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Rely Show. We started on Cultural People's Time again. So if you're part of the culture, you know what time we was going to start. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. We got some special people in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got Brother LaMarcus and Sister Amber Newman in the building. I like seeing black couples come in, man, working
That's
together.
right.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And I don't know how long y'all been married, but the fact that y'all working together to build something is dope. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
So I really like that. So I was excited to have y'all on because me and my wife, we be working together too.
Oh, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
it
That's what's up.
You
That's
know,
right.
So I was like, I'm gonna have them on because I got some questions anyway.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Jessica
We can
downstairs?
dive in.
No, she coming back up. So y'all know my energy in the building, Sister Brooklyn.
What's up, fam? How y'all doing? Y'all gonna enjoy this.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so happy that they're here.
Shoot. So let me go ahead and get started. Let me ask everybody how they mouth. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. Man. I'm blessed.
You good? How you doing, Sister Amber?
I'm blessed.
I know y'all ride over here a little bit long, wasn't it?
Man.
All right. They live all the way in
Yeah.
Kansas, y'all.
Yeah, God did.
Yeah. We blessed.
Kansas for real?
No.
I was like, what? Okay.
Malcolm like, wait a minute.
Yes, indeed.
Malcolm, what about you? How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm eager. I'm an eager beaver, like my grandma used to say, to get this hip replaced. Once I get this hip replaced and I can be me again, have mercy. That's all I can say. That's the only downside of life right now.
It's the upside, man. So when you get replaced, you'll be able to enjoy your body even more than you did before.
Yeah, that's
You know
a good way to look at it.
So
Good way to
That's
look
a
at it.
fantastic way to look at it.
What about you, Brooklyn? How you doing?
I'm blacktastic all day
I
and
dig it.
tomorrow.
I dig it.
I wish I had that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Broke hip and all. I'm black-tastic. I can't. Everybody talks about it. Everybody, because I'm not a negative nagger. Or I don't know what to call myself because I'm a man. Negative Nancy. I'm not a negative.
You can't be Nancy.
I'm not that. But I'm just a realist. I'm just like the small talk question where they say, "How's your day going?" And most people, "Oh, I'm doing great."
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, you ain't doing great every time. Every time I see you, stop it. So that's just me. I wish I had the mentality though, because my grandmother's the same way. I don't care if you're having a bad day. You shouldn't be walking around saying you're in a bad mood or whatever. Why? My grandma, that's how I'm feeling. I can't say how I'm feeling. But anyway.
You definitely can say how you're feeling, but you definitely want to project what you are willing to feel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Project
I like
what
that.
I'm willing to feel.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again. That's a boy.
You have the right to how you feel, but you want to project what you're willing to feel. So saying how you're actually feeling, being a realist, because we spent some time now, several weeks. I'm a realist too,
Right.
but what I'm projecting, I'm willing to feel is I'm blacktastic all day and tomorrow.
Yes, indeed.
I ain't got a job, so I could be walking around here doing the 10-man cry.
Right.
But what for?
Right.
I'm blacktastic. And that's how it's going to remain. And then it's going to elevate from there. If I I don't want to be like the song started from the bottom, now we here, because that ain't nowhere.
At the bottom is nowhere. That's right.
Yeah, getting here was here though. If we started from the bottom and now we here, where are we? Nope. I don't want to do that.
I dig it.
I'm already at the top. Now I'm going to elevate up.
Already.
I feel you on that. I really do. I'm trying to get where you at.
So for the next show, Malcolm, I don't want to hear you saying I'm sad about my hip. Just be saying I'm happy about my replacement coming.
That's right. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Look at the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah,
okay,
that's all it is.
Well, look at the whole
it's
thing.
just because you're relevant and you're real is a different side of the same coin. You're on the same coin. You real, and you real about your ish. But what is it that you're willing to be?
Gotcha.
You're a king, so dominate that thought.
Gotcha.
So dominating your own arena. in
That's-
your own area.
You know, that's what it's all.
Gotcha.
So Marcus Garvey, and Bob Marley sung about it. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our own mind. So it's all about our choice. 6 million ways to die. Choose one.
Choose one of them. I like that. You know I love to hear you talk. So I can go with that. I can go with that.
It's respect yourself and trust yourself enough to be better than your circumstance.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I dig
That's really what it is.
I was talking to somebody today, Venetia, today, and she was talking about the X-Men, and you have to be secure within your own superpower.
Yes,
And that makes sense. I like that. So that
you
was a bar.
absolutely do.
Yes, indeed.
Because
I like
no
that.
one can be invited to your destruction until you invite them.
Ooh.
So stop inviting them. No more invitations. Canceled.
Be secure within your own superpower. And on that note, Miss Ja, I think that's a Miss
Oh,
Ja
that's my
Thomas,
sis. Hey, Queen.
says, "Hey, Brooklyn,
What's up, Queen? How you doing?
tuned in on YouTube. Please share the video, Ja, wherever you are." Is she in Brooklyn?
No, she's right here in Houston,
Right
but
here in
she is from Brooklyn. Yes.
Brooklyn in the house. Shout out to Brooklyn. My man just came down here from Brooklyn last week. Shout out to Smitty, man. He managed Gilly and Willow. So shout out to him, man. He came down here and brought some people down here.
So
So
he got a lot to manage with them. You got a lot to manage.
Shout out to Smitty, man.
You got a lot to
Joe
manage.
Brooklyn, Madison High School.
that.
Yeah, Madison and Brooklyn.
All right.
Brooklyn.
In
Yeah,
Brooklyn. Yeah.
yeah,
In
yes,
Brooklyn.
indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Smitty, man.
We already dropping some jewels and we ain't even get to the questions yet. I dig it. So let me ask y'all right quick, and let me get right into it. Give us a little premise. What is the Newman Foundation?
So we established the Newman Foundation actually when LaMarcus played for the 49ers. And it was a way for us to give back to kids that go to school in the inner city in Houston Independent School District, because we graduated from Houston Independent School District, Worthing High School. And so that was our opportunity to give back to youth and give them scholarships to be able to go to college. And so that's how we started it. And then from the foundation side, then we branched and made a little LLC later on with it, because we saw that there was opportunities for us to be able to kind of help in the city and make money at the same time. And so
Yes.
I like
that, but we were giving back and starting the foundation, and then with the LLC, we was like, hey, we can use this and
Yes.
make an opportunity for our family and create
Yes.
generational wealth.
That's
And
right.
then I'm gonna say this too. A lot of times people seek donations and seek money. We was doing everything out of our own pocket.
That's
Right.
right.
So we was giving scholarships and things like that, paying for like sponsoring kids for sporting activities. We doing all this out of our own pocket.
And for track
Yeah.
spikes, for school.
For school,
That's
man.
what's
We had an opportunity where we bought a whole Fort Bend Marshall track team. We bought all of their track spikes. And then they went to state, man. They won state. Shout out to Coach Banks and Chop and all those guys over there. But they won state. But we bought all of the whole team track spikes
That's your own pocket.
out of our own pocket, man.
Oh, that's love.
That is.
Did.
That's love. What made y'all choose them to buy it for? Like y'all knew someone, or you said you went to school, or?
Yeah, well,
No, we knew the
head coach.
head coach, and so we, they just said they needed, because a lot of the kids didn't really have spikes, and they had a lot of kids that ran good but just didn't have the money to buy spikes. So
Correct.
just
And then at the same time, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha and Thurgood Marshall Black and Gold. Thurgood Marshall was an Alpha. So that was another connection, so, and then connection with the coach, and we knew a lot of people that were working there. So just all love, man, giving back to the community.
I like that.
Indeed.
Yep.
I saw one of your speeches on the Instagram. I think you were at a college.
Correct.
And you were telling them, man, no matter what you do, make sure you give back.
Yes, indeed. Give back to the community, man.
And you
They come
actually
back.
doing, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And you're right. One of the main things is just basically giving back to the community, man. When you like a lot of people don't realize the blessing on just giving back, and it don't
That's
have
right.
to be money. It could be make it shine. It could be time. You know what I'm saying? So all that is part of giving back. And then another thing people don't realize on how social media work. Social media work actually by giving back, sharing your shine. So the more followers you get, basically like this platform, it's a platform we been on. Y'all giving us an opportunity to shine, let everybody know what we do. But at the same time, then it's a network. It's that connection. So that's how social media works. So people gonna be watching what we do. Our people that support us, and then at the same time they gonna come support y'all because y'all gave us the opportunity to shine. So that's how social media work. And then life work the same way. It's it's the tree of life. You know what I'm saying? So people don't realize that in order for you to elevate, you have to be able to help somebody else elevate. You know what I'm saying? So,
Reciprocity.
yeah, reciprocity. Yes, indeed.
Reciprocity.
Yes, indeed. People don't understand that. That's life.
Man, I like that.
It's not just a Lauryn Hill song.
We was talking about a lot of the shows, really, how you got to take action.
Yes, indeed.
A lot of people get on the internet and or walk around, but man, we got to have the conversations.
Correct.
Talk the talk. You know, use all the big words and quotes and yeah, man, you got to do this. I like it because y'all are actually doing it.
That's right.
Appreciate it.
You told me, you said you knew the coach and the coach told you the kids didn't have no shoes, so you got it
Yes, indeed.
out your own pocket,
Yes,
which
indeed.
makes it even more love. So I'm glad you're on here. So when people watching this is an example of how you give back, and you don't got to talk about it.
Correct.
You know, I mean, of course we talking, but I ask the questions, but you don't have to go
talking about it and bragging about it is two different things.
I'm sure you didn't have a 2-hour-long debate on how to get people back. You just heard them say they need shoes, and he was like, "Oh,
and fulfilled the need."
Correct.
Fulfilled the need. So take the example, people. If you see a need that needs to be filled, do what you can to do it.
And that doesn't necessarily always mean you can fill it. Sometimes it's the people that you know or that you can influence that can fulfill that need. Because I might not have anything, but because I know this person or have an influence or a connection with this person, you're supposed to leverage all of those things. When you just gather them up and hold them all to yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yes, indeed.
You're doing yourself a disservice. We're all here to be in the service of one another. If it was up to, and that's by design, that's on purpose, that's intentional. If it was up to us, a lot of us would just stay in our little rabbit holes to ourselves, accomplishing absolutely nothing. And all that is a dying room. You have to connect. It's necessary to your survival, to your living, to your being, to your healing. When you don't, and you disconnect, watch any other living thing that's created disconnect and see what happens. See how long it takes for it to die.
Yeah.
Y'all know when we get our beautiful flowers that we love so much, once they disconnect it, we can only get them to live for but so long. No matter how many green thumbs or whatever it is that we have, they're disconnected. They're disconnected from their root. They're disconnected from their source. Therefore, their time here is limited.
I like that too, because I tell people all the time, like, even about investing into other people, right? So I look at people more so as the stock market, right?
Yeah.
So as when you invest into the stock market, you don't invest when it's high. You invest in the stock market when it's low. So you don't look at individuals once they reach their plateau and they reach their fame. You invest into them while they're young. You invest, that's why we invest into the youth. You invest into people when they're at their lows or their lows, because it's the thing. Everything that's at the bottom soon gonna rise to the top.
That's right.
So therefore, when you invest into individuals, when they grow, they're not gonna forget you, and they're gonna appreciate you more because you invested to them when they didn't have anything. So once they reach their plateau, man, they appreciate you, man. I can mention so many people that we have invested to that's now like #1 shows out here, receiving all different types, NAAP, so many different type of awards, man, doing so many great things in movies and doing just being a blessing, man. And then they show their love back. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that they giving anything monetary, but they giving us that experience to be able to going to these events and fly to these different places. You know what I'm saying? Well, we ain't have to pay for nothing.
Or even mention that, like when they're doing an interview and saying that they remember when we helped them, or they did, or when we helped them when they were younger, or something like that.
That's how we heard about them.
Yeah, same thing like B. Will
How we heard,
yes,
yep.
the Pocket USA.
That's
Shout
right.
out
Yeah,
to the
that's
Pocket.
right.
That's our boy.
Yeah,
Man.
he spoke highly of y'all, man.
Absolutely.
Contact. I said,
We
Love
spent
that boy,
we
man. He
love-
family.
Yeah, we spent a lot of late nights with Brandon.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of late nights.
Yeah,
That's
he
cool.
been in the grind, man.
Yeah.
how'd y'all meet?
Oh man, we actually played. Well, we grew up in the same community. Grew up in Hiram Clark. I've been knowing Brian really since I was probably in kindergarten.
Oh,
One of his cousins. We grew up together, and we was teammates in high school. He ended up graduating. I ended up transferring to another school, and you know we always kept in contact. And he told me about a product and came over to the house. Man, we talked about it. He already had everything situated. He just needs some, website and some videos and some content. And then also he needed some data too. And we talked about it, and man, Brian put it together, man, and made it happen, ran
That's
off
what's
on
up.
it, man.
That's
So
dope.
shout out to the Pocket
That's what's
USA.
You in that book that he had, I forgot the name of the book already.
Oh, I should have brought it with me.
Oh yeah. I forgot the name, but did y'all write a book?
It's our history, something, but I can't.
Yeah, it's our history. Were you in that book with him?
Well, he mentioned me in the book.
Okay.
But I appreciate that. Shout out to the Pocket, man. My boy
Pocket,
Brian,
that's
man.
right, the Pocket.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all, if
Shout
y'all
out.
didn't watch last week's show, you need to watch it, but you need to go make your purchase at thepocketusa.com because it's a real thing.
Saving
Y'all see
lives.
these are real people. I want to lend this to the conversation. Y'all seeing these people right here with your own eyes. I need for you to stop carrying narratives that are not truths. What this brother and his wife are explaining is how you set up real generational wealth. I know y'all listening to a lot of people out here in these streets talking about generational wealth as opposed to dollars, which is absolutely ludicrous to me, especially when you see how all the other countries are out here discounting our dollar. There is so many ways for you to set up your legacies and your wealth. We miss, even in church and other forms of religion, what that looks like. And what that looks like is what can't be replaced, but is always trying to be mass produced: human content. Without the human content, there is no currency. Human content is the actual currency. I mean, really, dial it all the way back. Who's getting the gold out the mines? Who's putting these policies into places? Whose hands is putting these things together? Whose minds is setting the tones and these ideas being free and birthed through? Y'all play too much. Stop letting people box you in. Free your own mind. That way you'll free yourself. I'm telling you, there are real people out here. We have these conversations, particularly women. We keep giving birth to narratives that are not real. Abort them.
True.
Abort them.
That was the whole sermon.
We got to stop. Let's give the birth to the life, not to the
True.
death.
Speaking of narratives, y'all are married and working together.
That's right.
How long
They
y'all been
black, they married,
married?
they're heterosexual. Y'all, they really do exist. Y'all see that right here, right? Okay.
True.
And his wife is right out there too.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all see that? His wife is at home. Y'all see that, right? Okay, y'all play too much. Don't worry about me. Don't ask no questions about me, okay? I'm just gonna say. They're gonna be like, Brooklyn, I say everybody else. Don't worry about me.
Brooklyn got somebody coming.
That's what I'm here for.
Exactly.
He's somewhere in the H-Town. I don't know where you at.
You know, the blessing coming if it's right next to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Especially
true.
we appreciate it.
How long y'all been married?
So we've been married 17 years.
Ooh,
Been
that's
together for 23 years.
Shut up.
Yes, indeed.
Those are good numbers.
I know.
23. Y'all know what that number is.
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get
17. That's what's up. Okay. Y'all gonna make me
Hey,
go
what's
play that
up?
number. Those are good
That's our
numbers.
people there.
Hey!
Thank you,
Pockets
thank
in
you,
the
thank
building.
you. Yeah, the pocket, man. Got love, be Will Turner, man.
So he told us how much you all help people, and you help people put their business together, and clearly you help people in a lot of different ways.
Man,
I want y'all to be encouraged by them, right?
man.
Because somebody told you you could only do it one way. That's a lie. You are way too you is talented, you is beautiful, you is important. Too and talented, beautiful, important, blessed for just one track mindedness.
Wow.
It's okay to do it in a multitude of ways. They just now starting to talk about multi streams of income, and we've been that. We've been the malls, the Walmarts, the super centers of the entire universe. Real people make the shit go around. Y'all have got to tune into these types of people. They really do exist. I know y'all gonna get tired of me saying it over and over again, but they really do exist. You hear it from their own mouths. Tell us, continue to tell us and share with us, one, how we can reach you, and two, other things that you have going on, like other projects and such.
Oh man, you can reach us on Blessings Gear. That's our website. Blessingsgear.com. That's the website.
This something y'all make on there?
Yeah,
Let me
Blessings
show this
Gear.
off right quick.
Oh yeah, you gotta
And that's
open
what
the
it
whole
is.
thing up.
Blessingsgear.com. We got that. We got the website. Also, I'm on all social media platforms. LaMarcus Newman. That's on IG and Snapchat, TikTok, and then what's yours?
Official_ Amber Newman. That's
Yes.
my
Matter of
Instagram.
fact, I'm gonna put it on.
And I'm on our social media platforms as well, on X, Facebook. I'm on it all. I'm not on TikTok. I do look at TikTok. But
Well, that could be a rabbit hole.
yeah,
You type in something and they'll give
Yeah,
you
you just-
everything.
Yeah.
The DIYs too.
Yeah, for real.
My girl just put me on to that.
Yeah,
She said
exactly.
it's addictive. I told her, I'm like, yo, you could do this with what?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Excuse me, y'all. Is it? I want to make sure I have your website correct. It's blessingsgear.com.
Correct. That's correct.
What do they find on the website? I'm putting it on the
Oh,
screen
they got
right now.
T-shirts. We got T-shirts
Our
on there.
clothing line.
Clothing
You
line.
know something right here. Malcolm, zoom in on this. Can you?
Yeah.
I can't zoom in, unfortunately, unless you have something separate. I can put it right here in front of me.
All right, let me get this on here.
Blessingsgear.com, everybody. That's where their website is. Go and get your shop on. What's on the website again? T-shirts?
Yeah, T-shirts. So we make religious clothing apparel with a hip hop feel. So we have
That's
a
what's
shirt, from the trap with a testimony.
Yes,
I
indeed.
see it on his chest.
right there.
Oh, the trap with a testimony.
That's what's up.
Yeah. We have another one, God, Grit, and Grind. You need to have all three of those, And so we just, do that, and then we have some other stuff going on. The other thing that LaMarcus didn't say is that he also has a book. It's
You got a book coming out. Yeah.
Book
Yes,
about
indeed.
NIL deals. This guy was Mr. NIL before NIL was NIL.
Man,
He
that's a
was
testimony. That's a
Yeah, he was
testimony.
in college promoting himself, had his website back in 2000 and was promoting himself at LaMarcusNewman.com.
Yeah.
And so back in the day, and so he's one. He played in the NFL, worked in the NFL, did data analytics for the NFL. So he's really a data-driven person, and so he
Awesome.
put together some stuff in this book that's gonna be a blessing to a lot of people. A lot of people that need to get it, and so their book is coming out. Is on Amazon.
It's on Amazon right now.
Oh,
It's
it's
on
already-
Kindle.
Oh, it's already
Yeah,
there?
it's on Kindle right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like with that, and this goes back to how, like we do so much, man, and we bless so many different people. And I think it's a misconception because a lot of times, so my name was Pretty Ricky in high school. So,
Not Pretty Ricky is what they call
yeah,
me.
exactly. Shout out to my people at Word, but one of the coaches at Word gave me that nickname, but Coach Elliott or Coach Stowe. But like I never really like I never really just promoted myself more so. It was more so people gave me different ideas, but I'm gonna say this. Well you gotta say I did promote myself to get a scholarship. And I'm gonna say this. So and that came from just helping people. So when I was in high school, we talking about 90, 96, 97. I graduated in 98, but we talking about 96. I started to, my mom had a computer in the house. Remember that AOL dial-up?
Mhm.
So I used to play on that thing, man. And remember they used to send you the 1,000-minute
CDs,
yep. Man, I used to collect them things like crazy, man. I probably had about 20,000 minutes or something like that. Crazy, man. But I used to be on AOL dial-up, man, and I remember when I was young, my parents, they bought some encyclopedias. I used to go through the encyclopedias all the time. And then we got AOL dial-up. This was like 93, 94. And when computers first, internet first came out and stuff like that. So I used to always research, man. So I started doing highlight tapes for some of the kids in the community. You know what I'm saying? Doing highlight tapes. So the first highlight tape that I officially did was actually for Brian brother, B. Will Turner brother, Daniel Will Turner. And he was the first like official complete highlight tape I really did. And the Touchdown Club actually used the highlight tapes the footage for their highlight tape for the Touchdown Club.
Wow.
When I was in this is 96, man. This is 96. So what I did was I started to play around with it. And so a lot of people used to get a lot of people had the DJ Screws tapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I used to put the DJ Screw songs on the highlight tape.
Huh.
So people started seeing, Daniel highlight tape, and Daniel was real popular, man. Much love to him, he family. But people seen the highlight tapes, and then people started asking me to do their highlight tape and put DJ Screw songs on their highlight tape. So I did it for free, man. Didn't charge nobody. So when you go back and think about it, bro, so if usually the coach uses it, it costs $3.50 to mail out a VHS tape, right, to a prospective college. If your coach didn't like you,
or they didn't have $3.
Oh, they had $3. They wouldn't mailing no highlight tape. You know what I'm saying? Because the coach like, man, I ain't spending no money on them. And then, usually the coaches gonna only send the tapes to the coaches that they know. Because they probably didn't have the address. You just never know.
Yeah.
But I had access to that computer, bro. So therefore I could look up addresses, coaches' names, and then they used to have these books, and they used to mail the books to these high schools. And a lot of times these coaches or just schools, they'll throw away the books because the books was outdated or whatever. Man, I used to take them books home, look up the name, go on the computer, look up the research the person name and stuff like that, and then get the addresses from different schools. And I never reached out to the head coach. I used to always reach out to the assistant coach, the position coach. So I'm doing highlight tapes for my friends and stuff like that. But at the same time, for myself, I'm sending them highlight tapes off to the coaches. And so, and I'm not only doing it, through VHS tape, playing the $3.50, but I now started to download it on the little disc, floppy disk, and then send it out to different coaches.
And it was cheaper.
And it was cheaper too, free of charge.
Yeah.
And this we talking about before Huddle and all that came out. We're talking about in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So I was sending it out to thousands of coaches. And that was my way of actually, like she said, promote myself. And then just coaches come and see me play or whatever, or coming to the school, talking about different coaches that would never had the opportunity to see somebody in the hood play football, different coaches, different colleges coming down, and then they had the opportunity to see other players. So providing opportunities, man, for free for them to get scouted. And then when you start looking at research, you start looking up data, you start looking up social work, you know what I'm saying? Providing opportunities for young cats in the hood to be able to go to school, to save parents money, so keep these guys out of jail, keep them off the street, so therefore it can be able to provide them a college experience around the United States.
Yeah, that's a hint. Thank you. Yes. That's some school. Yes, I was waiting for it. That is schooling 101. That's schooling 101 because everybody thinks it started with our new technology and our new way of living. You just exemplified, brother. You can do anything with anything depending upon what is your thing. You had this ridiculous following inside of you that you just went with. You just went for it. Most people would turn away from what is calling them inside and utilizing the tools they have and would normally say, well, if I get this and if I have that, that's real generational wealth building, right? Because here's what happens with that principle. You are building up stock. That's longevity. If you do an exchange for an exchange, that doesn't have longevity. When you just do things from the content of your character, of which Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of in his I Have a Dream speech, you are setting up so much wealth for yourself, longevity, and you don't even realize it because you're not in that vein. You're not thinking about, I'm gonna do this for this. We live in a culture now, don't nobody do nothing until they sure they getting something. That's from a broken, wounded space. When you live in your riches and you trust and believe in yourself and you respect yourself, that's the type of things that you do. You're not worried about that. You're not worried about all what you're going to get from it. And yet you never cease to get. You will always receive for the rest of your life. Your kids, kids, all will continue to receive off of where you started. The content of your character is everything.
Man,
And that's
true.
a beautiful situation. We missed that when MLK spoke about that in his speech. Not judged by the color of your skin, but the content of your character. So when we get over racism, sexism, all these money systems, what's in your character?
That's
What you
true.
doing it for?
Man, I gotta tell you this too, man. The content of your character and the content of your mind. You didn't have nothing back then. You didn't have, like you said, man. You probably had yellow pages and the white pages.
Correct.
So you took the school. I know them little booklets you have everybody's name. in.
Exactly.
I know what you're talking about because each district had them.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And they would throw them things away. You see them at the front office.
Exactly.
Or whatever, so for you to be like, let me get a couple of those. Especially when you surrounded by people that might take something else at the front office. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Exactly.
That's right.
You got all the demons around you,
Fact.
but you chose to take something like, no, how can I help somebody? I think that speaks a lot.
That speaks volumes.
Because everybody always talk about the hood, got drug dealers, pimps, and all these other people, but you was right there in it. You know what I'm saying? And you took that and did a YouTube before YouTube came out. You know what I'm
You better
saying?
know it.
You know, so that's dope, man.
That's
Is
super dope.
it's proof that our people don't just sit back in the hood and smoke and drink all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you said words in high school. I see y'all from the
Sunshine,
south
Texas,
side.
Yes, it did.
absolutely.
That's my other sister. What's up, Olivia?
Yes,
She's a Houston native, so she gonna recognize all of that.
So that's dope, man. I think that got to be pushed more. I like how your wife told you, he be promoting. No, they ain't promoting. No, that was promoting, man.
Yes,
That
it
was-
did. Yeah,
but
she always
not
keep
in a
it.
negative way, you know, because some people look at it when
Yeah.
you say you promote something, they look at it in a negative
Yeah.
way. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you're not promoting yourself, ain't nobody else gonna promote you. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So,
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, it wasn't in a vain way, like of promoting. Like it was his way to set the tone for what he could do. And so the other thing is, yeah, he had a mindset of, yeah, I'm gonna do this for me, but it impacted so many people.
Yeah.
Like he did it to try to get into school and get a scholarship. So those scouts coming out there to see him, you get to see 11 other guys
Yeah.
on the team or 22 other guys on the team, you know, offense, defense, and they like, oh man, this kid good. He don't have no scholarship either. So
That's right.
Especially
Ooh.
Herb Clark, like HISD and school
Ooh.
districts like that.
Yeah.
They didn't come out there.
Nah,
They went
not
to
really.
Klein over there with the white folks.
Well,
You know,
kind well, I'm gonna say this. And Madison and Worthing is a little different because Madison and Worthing did have athletes that came out of there. So they had some schools that
But
knew
not a
about
lot.
it. Not a lot. It
Yeah.
wasn't a lot, but they did have, because it was kind of like under the radar.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if you was a scout for the school or like a coach for the school scouting, and you from Houston, you knew to go to those schools.
Oh,
because
okay.
that's where the talent
Yeah,
was.
that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
You know, but
You,
yeah.
you did have, that's true.
But the schools like, I'm just gonna throw this out there. You probably had like a Idaho State or
Yeah.
Idaho or Iowa or Michigan or Arizona. They didn't know really back then. They didn't really know
No.
too much about
Mm-mm.
HISD football, and if they did, like you said, they was going out to the Humbles or
Yeah.
Kleins or
That's how it was
Katie's
for
or
basketball
stuff
in
like
New
that. So by me reaching out to these guys, now they coming to the inner city. You know what I'm saying? That some of these guys like, man, well, I remember some coaches, well, where than that, or well, they heard of, and the only school they heard of at HISD was Jake's High School. You know what I'm saying? That was Jack Yates. And that was it. But they really didn't know about the other high schools that was out there. So, man, like I say, it was a blessing, man, to be able to provide so many opportunities for so many of my friends. And man, you just wouldn't imagine how many inbox I get, you know what I'm saying, for individuals telling me thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for being able to provide them an opportunity to get a scholarship from a school that they ain't even heard of or their parents ain't even heard of.
Because that's life changing. That's
yes,
life changing for everybody in this sphere of influence. That is life changing. That's amazing. Y'all see that?
Yeah,
cool.
provide an opportunity, man.
That's dope,
Olivia
man. I like
said
that.
you good people.
Sunnyside got history too, man.
Yeah.
Sunnyside got a lot of history out there on the south side. It used to be pretty much all us.
Yeah.
Yes,
If you seen anybody else, it was a no-go.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're right.
And the good thing about Sunnyside, I'm gonna say when we went to Worthing, the administrators, the teachers that taught at Worthing were people that actually went to Worthing. So they were invested into the kids because they graduated and they had a pride about them graduating from Worthing and wanted like for the kids to succeed. And so like I'll say this, the teachers really, when we were there, went out of their way. And even to this day, they still got people that graduated from Worthing that work at Worthing as teachers because they know what Sunnyside can produce if they just had somebody just to pour into them a little bit. And so you still got like teachers teaching over there doing a good job and pouring into the kids, and it's a blessing. You know?
You know what? It was the same with like Booker T. I wasn't all there. I went to Nimitz, but
okay, Nimitz. Shout out to Nimitz. Nimitz had Mike Clay and Eric Spencer.
Yeah. That was before me, but I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Nimitz was cool too.
Yeah.
But you know what? They separated Acres Home so much.
Yeah, they did with Klein too, right?
Yeah, Klein the same way.
Yeah.
You have Acres Home, you have HISD, you had Klein, and you had AISD.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, you had Aldine, Klein, and HISD.
So how did y'all really function like that? Like, how did they split it up? Because I know I heard Klein was first when brother Sylvester Turner went.
Yeah.
So he said he got bused to Klein.
Yeah.
So how did that like?
Dude, you would have somebody stay right here and somebody stay right here, go to two different schools.
That's crazy.
Two different buses coming down to pick somebody up. So if somebody's going to Nimitz on this corner of the street and 3 houses down, somebody's going to Booker T and somebody's going to Scarborough or something. So yeah, I'm telling
Scarborough too?
Yes. Wow. Yes. Like I'm telling you, Acres Home, like you go down.
So you had Booker T, Scarborough, Nimitz.
Klein, Nimitz. Yeah. Some went to MacArthur.
Wow. Wow, yeah. MacArthur, because they were green and gold too.
No, MacArthur red.
Red
and white. Red and white.
I wasn't down that way. My mother and father moved us out here when I was 10.
Okay.
So speaking about district lines.
Oh yeah.
Literally, I'm not exaggerating. Where you're sitting, well, say the hallway, the door across the hallway is across the street. The houses across the street from my house where I grew up from 10 until now. Went to Spring High School, which was right across 45. We went, they bused us 15 miles away to Klein Oak.
Wow. So y'all passed Klein. high school
Mhm.
to go to Klein Oak.
to go to Klein Oak,
That's
Wow.
crazy.
and Klein was closer
Yeah.
on the corner of Veterans and Louetta, somewhere.
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly.
Yeah,
Because that's where they hold the track meets at.
Yeah.
yeah.
You were there?
I've been to the track,
Yeah.
to the track. I've been to the
Some of
stadium.
track, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played many games there, ran plenty of district track meets on
Yeah.
that same track and field. But just getting in where I fit in with the district lines, I know all about them. They didn't bus us, but in a couple neighborhoods behind us, going back towards Kirkendall,
Mhm.
they were bused to Klein Forest and to Ike.
Wow.
Mm.
That's crazy.
So I wasn't as deep as he was back off in MacArthur and all back in there, but I was just speaking on the district lines. It was like that. Is it still like that now?
Well, I know it was like, especially like with Yates and Lamar. Like, you
Oh,
had
that's
like,
that's a
yeah.
lot of like
Yeah,
we ain't gonna get
politics
into
on
that.
that,
That's a
yeah.
little different thing.
Yeah.
But it on the south side, it really wasn't like that,
Mhm.
man. It wasn't like that on the south side. But hearing from the north side, God,
Hey,
bro,
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's crazy.
Mhm.
I wonder what's the reason for them doing that on the north side, man.
Gentrification.
Oh well, I
I
mean, so if you really look at it, you know what it is. It is reminiscent of all the tribes being separated from the beginning of time, from the beginning of our time here.
Mhm.
Is so that the communication is off, the language is different. It's to misalign everything and everybody.
You know, that's
I know
true.
it's all classified under gentrification, but it's greater than that, and it's very intentional. The way they build and separate highways is planned. They have a whole planning zone to maneuver us in places. So that's how we end up
makes
warring
sense.
and killing each other off because we can't understand the language. We can't understand each other, so everything is misunderstood. It is extremely intentional.
That you know what they used to cut. I remember my partner's house because it started happening in the mid '90s and going in 2000s.
Correct.
Because it was all black in Acres Home.
Mhm.
That was all horses in the middle of the road at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Damn.
That's how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But I remember they started cutting the water lines as the elders got older,
Wow.
and they would dig it up. And some of them they really couldn't fight no more. They was tired. They was older, but they would separate. So since they wouldn't sell the land, they started putting pipes. Because if you go to Acres Home right now, some of these, the original houses, they still got wells in the back.
Wow.
Because they used to have their own well water. They didn't use, they didn't use
City
city
water.
water. Yeah, exactly. They had wells that used to come up, so they cut that out. They took the water first.
Yeah, because you have to change dependence to being interdependent upon.
It is
That
another
is very
Wow,
important.
bro.
Sylvester
Yes,
Turner, when he got over
absolutely.
there, and he waited perfect timing. Because now if you go over there, man, you see condos right next to some of these original houses that used to be over there. Condos cost more than the house. Like, here go the house, here go the condo.
Yeah.
So now, they can't live,
Yeah. The taxes are high.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me they switch people personal well water line to function on city water?
You have,
Exactly.
you have to.
That's
I have to
Yeah.
get you.
Like,
I have
I'll
to
be
get
so
you
mad, bro.
addicted.
It was messed
Because
up.
well water is like
Yes,
fresh.
that's the
Yeah.
fresh
You know what
water.
I'm saying?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't need nothing for nothing.
Like I wouldn't even. I'll be so mad. You taking a shower and your skin drying up. Like,
Yeah, for
bro,
real.
you know what I'm saying? And then the well water, your skin so smooth.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Dang,
Yes.
bro. That's messed
Yep.
up, man.
Yeah, that's how they did it, man.
That's messed
It
up,
is.
man.
It's good to hear what you did though, because it shows
Absolutely.
that to turn it into more. And I hate to talk about that because it kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
It does, man. But to hear what you was doing back then, and even putting screw music on there, so you're putting the culture out there.
Correct, exactly.
A lot of people was out there doing something in Acres Home because they got the meetings they have all the time, community meetings.
Wow.
She
went to school north side too.
Yeah,
where'd you go?
I went to Fleming Middle School
Oh, okay, Fleming
in
Middle School.
Fillmore, Texas.
Hey,
Hey.
that's what old man moved me from, and I ran back and still got in trouble.
Wow.
I grew up on the corner of Lions and Callis, right there by
Okay.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay, what middle school you went to?
I went to Fleming also.
Okay.
When they moved me, it was my freshman year at Cashmere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cash money.
Who was the principal when you was at Fleming? I got you.
Mr. Smith. Was it Chet Smith? That's who my principal was when I was there.
Man, I can't remember.
Malcolm skipped so much he forgot. Huh?
You're right.
Was you even in school?
I was in school.
Okay.
They made me go to school. I really didn't start skipping until I got out here.
Mm.
That's when I got in my trouble because I was trying to get back to the hood.
Mm.
So I would skip school. I would ride my bike home, and sorry, Mama, I would take their car
Oh man.
and go to the hood.
Mhm.
So
Dang.
yeah, that's another story. I never told my mama that. I hope she's not listening.
Man, me and her just had the same conversation about taking the car, man.
Just note that I ain't never took my parents' car.
Man.
They didn't
See,
know.
Queen said for the record,
Yeah, I ain't never-
I never did
I
that.
never did that.
Man, I did one time, man. And then so the first time nothing happened, took the car. Man, crazy. I'm always doing something for somebody, bro. That's right. Took the car, went to the school, high school, picked up somebody, dropped them off. I picked up my homeboy and my homegirl, dropped them off to the house, whatever they did, drove home. That was it. The next time I picked up the car, and I was in 9th grade, and I went to the middle school to pick up my homeboy because he had to repeat a grade, you know what I'm saying? So I picked up my homeboy. I'm at the middle school, showing out whoop. I'm in 9th grade. So and then after that, I come back on the way coming back. I pulled up and I see my daddy drive and pull up in the driveway. I'm like, oh man.
Ooh.
So I was like, dang, so I'm in the front yard thinking like, man, what I'm gonna do? So what I did, I just parked the car, bro, run it went out the house. Boy, they were fussing so much, man. So I was in 9th grade, so
Yeah.
I was done with whoopings, but man, I thought I was gonna catch one, bro.
I got a similar story, and I hand the microphone back to y'all. I got a similar story. I would sneak out the house at about, 11, 12 midnight, sneak out of the house, and my bathroom was right above my parents' bedroom. Master bedroom downstairs. So I would climb across the roof, across their bathroom, the master bath, and I would jump down into the backyard, and I would go to the front yard, get the car, put it in neutral.
Let it ride out.
The funny part of the story is I come home. I got to get up and catch a ride with my homeboy or use my mama's car to go to drive to school the next morning. But I got to get home. I know I got to get home before 6:30 sharp because that's when my daddy wake up.
Yeah, my daddy get up at 3:30. So I do that.
So my slick ass at 5:30, a whole hour before he get up, I come down the street, and I get about 100 feet maybe from the driveway, and I put it in neutral and let it coast up all the way up in the garage. As soon as I put that boy in neutral and hit the driveway, bloop, 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 he's standing there. In the driveway. I was like,
Man, we're gonna get back to the convo. What happened to me was I thought
Bad boys. What you gonna do?
Kids, don't do this.
Don't
Don't
do
do this at home.
at all. My dad, he was real particular, right? So my brother helped me out. So we put like paper down. So when I came back, I know where to park at. So I'm like, I got
Y'all
this.
slick.
Yeah. Get my all right, he go. I'm going to hope my wife ain't watching. So I'm going to pray at church, right? So at 2 in the morning. And, paper down, everything was good. We had to make sure the tires were straight. I come back, do everything right. I come back, doors locked on the house. Yeah, because you can get in, but the top lock was locked.
Correct.
And my dad walked out at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm sitting out here laying on the ground. He's like, "Oh, you gonna take my car again?" So I had to stay outside for about 4 hours. Did not answer nothing, locked all the doors. So yeah, I didn't do that no more. I'm like, yo, how'd you know I even took it? I thought you was snoring and drooling.
That's what's so funny. It's funny because the kids think you was never kids before. The kids think you ain't never done this before. The kids think you done aged out. I'm not exactly sure how y'all think this works, but it's
Right.
probably already been done before. You be feeling like, oh, it's a new time, it's a new age, blah blah blah.
No.
You
Nah.
so wrong.
Man,
You
I
so
ain't gonna
wrong.
lie, I did. Ooh. I
And then
did a
they be
lot of stuff.
busting y'all so sweet, like, hey, how you doing?
Man, I did so much stuff.
It be
man.
smooth. He didn't
Mhm.
even bat an eye. He was just okay.
Man,
I'm going to work.
And I would say for me, man, I used to watch, like, I have an older sister, man, and
Hmm.
she used to do so much stuff, man. So I used to, man, I learned by other people's actions, bro. I did. So, but at the same time, when I was young, man, I was so freaking bad, man. I don't even know why, bro.
That's,
God dang.
that's what
dog.
Mr. Brian Will Turner said. Y'all all just bad.
Don't say me. Yeah,
Right,
Oh, she
right.
like what?
I ain't in that. No.
Nah, it's not stealing. Look, it's a word play.
The stealing
She
cars
talking about
must be a
stealing car.
boy's
It's
thing.
taking the car.
Because I don't think it's
Yeah,
too
we
many.
just took the car. It's a word play thing.
I
Don't say
don't
that.
think too many girls were taking their parents' cars. It must be a boy thing.
I think it was a boy thing.
Well, because y'all had to get somewhere. Y'all trying to get to it or help your homeboy get to it.
Yeah, for real.
Why must I feel like that?
Yo, I seen there was somebody at a meme where they showed that a dude was on a bicycle trying to go get it.
They talking about go get your blessings. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And dudes will get mad at you, right? If you don't give them a ride or you don't provide opportunity for them to go get,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Man,
Yeah,
you
you
gonna mess me up.
Yeah, you gonna miss me out of that job, man. I'm coming, man. Yeah, but
You right about that.
I was always trying to go to a gal
Are
house.
the result
Yeah.
of that reverse
So I got-
mortgage scheme.
Until I got in the streets. Oh, but I just didn't want to ignore Olivia, and that was Olivia's comment, and that was Real Talk. Tiff is tuned in on YouTube.
Hey, Tiff. Oh, all my sisters are in the building. I love y'all. Peace and light, baby. Love you.
She from Brooklyn too?
Nah.
No.
I got sisters all over the world. Y'all meet our new sister right here. Y'all know, just so y'all know, okay?
She got a rolling in for real.
Yes, indeed. And before I hand the microphone back to you and y'all, is this Mama?
Oh yeah, that's my mom.
That's Mama?
I'm surprised she not asleep.
Oh,
Hey, mama,
you
hey.
in trouble.
Oh,
I think you should get a current day beating. You should get a current day
My
whooping.
mom knew already. I wouldn't say I was bad.
I think every
sometimes-
time you bring up the past, you should get a whooping.
Shoot. I think I was misunderstood and bored sometimes. I was like, man, I ain't got nothing to do right now.
Misunderstood.
The bus ain't running.
So what you
But-
ain't you didn't
I
you didn't
was
understand
out.
you wasn't supposed to hijack your parents' car.
No, that wasn't misunderstood. That was bored.
Okay.
I shouldn't have
Okay.
That mean your IQ was out, man.
Yeah.
You know, I was at a school. I spoke at elementary school, and the teacher, the principal, shout out to Miss Edwards out there, and then Alana. But she was talking. She was like saying the different colors, right? So she was like, she said the green was turquoise, right? And she said, "Yeah, I got on this turquoise or whatever." No, first she said green, then she said it's turquoise. I said, "Nah, that's fuchsia." She was like, "Boy, that ain't no fuchsia. Fuchsia is pink." I said, "Nah, it can be a fuchsia green, right?" And I'm like, she like, "Nah, that can't be." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So she go look it up. And she say, "Man, you was one of them smart kids." You know what I'm saying?
Y'all heard he said he had them encyclopedias. I promise you. And that's no joke.
Yeah, so that just you had a high IQ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was the same way. It was so boring in school.
Yeah.
You know, we stayed in trouble. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we like to talk a lot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We can't sit in our seat. We like, man, it's so boring. You know what I'm saying? We want to go play. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that our IQ was high.
Yep.
But now, you know what they doing to kids,
They put
Like
them on
us.
medicine.
they try to put us on medicine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Kids
Mhm.
like us. But it's just that they got a high IQ.
That's
You know what
all.
I'm saying?
That's all it is.
They real smart. The
Mhm.
work is just not challenging for them.
Nobody
Mhm.
speaks
You know
to
what I'm
what what it is to have high intelligence or be at genius level. You are highly creative. You are talkative. I got in trouble a lot for being talkative, but I was just helping the other kids because I was already done.
Done with your work,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm finished, so I can help everybody else come up to speed. You a lot comes with being genius. So depression, a lot of things like I'm bored, so I'm gonna figure out all these different types of things, right? So that means taking things apart,
What?
building them back
Yeah.
together because I want to see how they work.
Correct.
And yes, they are stifling children with medication to stop them from that.
Correct.
My-
Misunderstood.
Me and the ex-wife, I hope she's not listening. She hates for me to talk about this, but me and the ex-wife used to fight about my now 21-year-old when she was between the ages of 4 and approximately 15ish. When we were together, she was diagnosed with ADHD and all kinds of AD. I thought they was making things up, making diagnosis up. But anyway, she was diagnosed with 3, maybe 5 different disorders, and they kept, with each disorder, adding medicine. I said, no, she walking around like this now.
A zombie.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna do that.
Because that's the goal. They do know. So I know we're saying we're misunderstood by our parents. So the parents, when parents have those particular type of children, they have to raise themselves up.
Correct.
And some
That's true.
parents can't.
Correct. That's true.
They feel inept.
Mhm.
I can't do anything with this child because this child is far beyond my level. My
Exactly.
mom went to college for a little while. She stopped. I took all her books and started reading them.
Wow.
There's a picture of me holding my sister. I'm like barely 2 years older than her. I'm reading to her.
Wow.
My brother and sister had to be in summer school. I was their teacher
Mhm.
every summer.
Yeah.
A lot of parents don't know what to do with that type of child. And I'm going to appeal to y'all. It's an energy.
Mhm.
Energy cannot be contained or it will spontaneously combust.
Correct. Ooh.
That energy has to be given things to place it in. So sports, music, the arts are necessary for intelligent people because the art lends itself to an understanding that only sports or only this won't do. So the arts are necessary. Vast majority of artists who were good, I'm not talking about crappy rap or any other nonsense. Most artists that are good
Crappy rap.
have a lot of sufferings. You'll see them go through a lot of depressions, on a lot of drugs because their energy is not being utilized properly. If you have a child like that, give them the most, listen to them.
Correct.
Allow them to tell you because they will. They need to be engaged and stimulated in an intellectual way. And if you're not that parent, don't be intimidated by that. Find the sources that you need to help them harness that energy. Now you're going to start hearing a whole bunch of people talking about what all of this is about. The fact that we are cells, battery cells, energy, we need to be recharged. That's a whole nother conversation. But that's what that is. It's energy that needs to be placed, allowed to flow freely, allowed to explore, and it can start very, very young. And yes, it can feel intimidating. But if you don't, that energy will harness itself into all types of trouble, drugs, all types of whatever that you don't want. So I encourage you to direct it to the most positive things, to fuel it, to feed it in the most positive ways. I'm going to encourage that over and over and over again. There are some levels because we have other things in place like all kinds of chemicals and drugs and all this other manipulations. So there are some levels where there are some medications that are necessary. But as the parent of that child, you got to do your due diligence. Don't give up on that child. Let them explore. It is important. They need to write. They need to talk. They need to be stimulated. But don't ever box in energy. It will spontaneously combust. That's my piece on that.
I agree with that.
Yes, indeed.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you for bringing that up, brother, because that's real.
I did a show on parents, and I always say, man, with my own family, I always say, the parents got to take just as much responsibility as they put on these kids now.
Facts.
When they say all these kids is gonna have no respect, okay, then where do they learn not to have respect from?
Exactly.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly.
All day.
That come from us. You know what I'm saying? Like with my child now, man, I don't spank her. I don't hit her. I'll hit a grown person. Don't get it twisted, but I'm not gonna hit no child. I got to sit back and see. All right, what's the problem? Because I feel like when I was coming up, we got hit because they were irritated.
Yeah.
Not so. I'm not saying all parents are like that. Some parents that might have been how you were. My dad hit me in the chest one time because I thought I was, like I said before, I had a couple wins under my belt. I knocked out some big guys. I'm like, yo, Pops, you don't want this work. You know what I'm saying? That grown man strength is real. So I needed to be hit. You know what I'm saying? I needed to humble myself. Yeah.
and all of those things are important. You can't just be one way though, right?
Exactly.
You got to get to know that human being that you created and know the things that work for them.
You got to protect them.
Yeah.
As she was saying before, teach them. But if your kid is a genius, you got to protect them.
Yes.
Protect their light, bro.
Exactly.
Protect their light.
Because they're gonna be predatory. They're gonna be preyed on.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if your kid is a genius, don't be like she said, don't be intimidated.
Yeah.
Protect them and find something or find someone that can help you find something.
Yes.
To give them something to do.
Yo, and then like I'm just thinking about like we got a mentoring program with the organization I work with. Actually, it's My Brother's Keeper, supported by President Obama Foundation, in the organization Civic Art. But we with the mentoring program is at Jack Yates High School, and a lot of the kids that's in our program, it was like that. They classify as trouble kids or kids with behavior issues, but these kids just with high IQ. Our kids went into that 50 Cent program.
Oh yeah.
50 Cent had his G Unity program, and then we referred some of the kids to be a part of that program. The kids that was in the program, they ended up winning the whole competition out of all of the schools.
Yeah.
So, but these kids was classified as behavior kids, kids with issues and stuff like that. Man, they ended up won the whole competition. Created an idea, won $250,000. You know what I'm saying? So
when I was coming up, that started a long time ago. When I was coming up, that's what special ed classes were. Those children would always end up, and it was mostly boys, young black men that were in special ed. And I would always ask, what is special? What is going on that you are special? Oh, they have a learning disability. So you throw them in a class where they just clowned around. Nobody still was teaching them. Nobody was doing anything for them. They just was in class. And most of the time they would be in the detention. And then y'all know where that continued to lead to, right? Because children are going to act in a way in which gets your attention, right? So if bad behavior gets your attention, then I'm going to behave badly because that gets your attention. And that's all I want. I want to please you. I want you to be made happy. If me being good this way, I can't do it. My brother or sister is doing it. Then I'll go the opposite way. Because y'all know the bad kid in the household gets the most attention.
Yeah.
It takes he or she takes away all the attention from all the other kids. All the other kids get set on autopilot because I know you're going to do right. So I ain't worried about you. So this kid gets all the attention, good and bad. They get spankings, punishment. They get loved more because maybe in this season I need to love on them some more. In that season I need to put you on more punishment. They get attention. And so that's all we end up with. A child who is used to getting attention, behaving badly. I'm not sure what we think happens to that child, but they age. Every 365 days, they get older. And you will see them behave that way in public, in prison, in church, forever and ever. Amen. They still are searching for something to do with that energy. And all they've learned by people's reactions is to do it wrong because I still get attention. I have changed or transformed positive love into any love is better than no love at all.
Exactly. In psychology, they say, I'm trying to quote what they taught us. If I can't get positive reinforcement, I will consciously or subconsciously seek negative reinforcement.
1000%. Absolutely will.
Yeah. So
The baby
So-
said yes.
Yeah, and I see it. We're empty nesting now, but before they left is what we started seeing because we work so much. I'm here until 11 o'clock most nights.
Wow.
You got-
Blessings to
Yeah,
you,
but
my
you ain't
brother.
gonna be able to put your
Yeah,
legs under there
thank
from here. It's
So-
too far down.
because we work so much. They would seek negative attention, and we were going, oh man, this is backfiring on us. We're working too much, but we didn't know what to do. We got to keep a roof over our heads. We got to pay the bills. It's hard.
Good.
It's hard. We empty nested now, so we don't have to worry about it. But I learned it in a book, and then it came to fruition right before my eyes. What I learned in college, I was like, oh man, I was taught this stuff.
Here's something I like to tell everybody and my sisters on this call. If you don't explore you, someone will surely exploit you. It is extremely important that you explore your children, you get to know them, that you allow them and teach them to explore themselves. While they look like they walking around like zombies now, their energy is being harnessed. I promise you.
That's true.
Recorded, taped, voice recorded for AI, all types of ways. They're being scattered, covered, and smothered. Their energies are being utilized.
Yeah,
So, and that's
right.
because right now is a whole bunch of the others speaking much louder than those of us who understand and want the best for. We're not speaking to. We've been punked out of it. I mean, y'all seen what happened in the schools. That was bullying. Parents were bullied out of actually raising their children. That's sad.
Wow.
They were exiled out, bullied out, made to feel uncomfortable. I should do this because it's in the best interest of my child, but at the same time, negating their own discernment, their own understanding of their own child.
Wow.
That jump was crazy on purpose and very intentional. But when you got so much coming at you, you don't know what to do, and everybody's doing it this way. It's hard to step up and say, let me do differently. That's not gonna work. Not me, not my child, not my household. It's very difficult to say. And it was definitely bullied out of the school system like nobody's business. That junk that's going on right now is ridiculous.
That's true.
The whole thing from elementary school, that's the scary part. In Georgia, they were talking about doing a homosexual elementary school.
Oh,
They have young adults speaking now about their parents having sexual reassignment on them when they were in elementary school. You don't know what you were doing in elementary school. Your love, your kissing, all that has nothing to do with you making any types of choices whatsoever.
I think we lost family within our culture.
Man, we lost
my-
everything.
We lost every. My dad used to tell me when he went to school, they knew everybody in the community. You know,
And we knew family.
we knew family.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, the teachers that were teaching at Worthy used to go to Worthy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so they already knew the atmosphere.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? Same thing with some colleges. You know, a lot of these black colleges, they started from community.
Yeah, correct.
So I think when we allow outsiders to come in and tell us what education is, what knowledge is, we lost ourselves. You know, I homeschool my kids, but I know when I went to school, they didn't teach us nothing about. They don't teach you about the law.
Right.
They don't teach you about where you came from. You know, they don't even give you the same technology at the school I went to. Whereas if you went to Katy or you know the nice part of Klein or something like that, some of them had computers and they had cops come to the school and tell them, hey, don't do this. You have the opportunity. We had cops come to the school and say, hey man, I'm gonna arrest you next time you do this. It was totally different. So I think we kind of lost our culture, and I think what we got to do to improve that, a solution to that is start homeschooling our kids, even if we got to bring tutors in.
I think I'm gonna say this though. It is like, so we go down to the Texas Black Caucus.
Mhm.
They do have some good superintendents, like Alden have a good superintendent, Dr. Goffman. So you have some good superintendents now that's trying to bring that holistic approach back. You know what I'm saying? And then also you have
And there's a lot of
Dr.
superintendents-
Campbell too.
that
Dr.
look
Campbell
like
has a
us.
book out.
Right.
And then shout out to Ben, so he got his book out about mentoring too. But you got individuals that Dr. Campbell, somebody that advocates for the youth too as well. But what you
But now there's a difference because there are a lot of African American superintendents that, because our culture is a different culture. So if you're
That's
not
right.
brought up in
That's
a
right.
certain way, how can you really understand what your African American students go through at
That's right.
home or whatever. So now you do have superintendents that do look like us that can be better advocates for kids because they know what it's like, to be Black and in a classroom, or maybe being the only Black person in a predominantly white atmosphere. So you do have those. It's a lot of Black superintendents, and that's, I think, is kind of what's taking a turn for us as a people, because now we have more people that's educated and able to speak up for us. Now there is still some problems, because if you realize, yes, you do have maybe a Black superintendent, but if your school board for that district does not have a person that looks like your superintendent or the people that make up your district, the kids, then that's another problem, because the superintendent can only do what they're allowed to do. And if the school board does not back them, then what can you do? You have to go with what your boss says to do.
Right.
So that's where it's gonna be the difference. Yeah, you may have a Black superintendent in your district, but at the same time, if you don't vote the school board people in to look like you, then it's not gonna be much to be done, because the superintendent can't do everything.
That's right. Yeah, that's very true. They have to be supported, and you can't expect for people to have your child's best interest at heart. That makes no sense whatsoever.
I think you got to call. You got to.
I hate to keep butting in, because that only prolongs the show. But I love this show. I love the deepness of this show, and y'all keep hitting on good topics. Check this out. When my dad moved me out here at 10 years old from the hood, there was no representation whatsoever.
Wow.
I was, by the time when I moved here at 10, I was 2. I was Black. It was only 2 of us in elementary school. And then they moved me back, and I went to Fleming. Then I came back, and I went to Klein Oak. And our graduating class, we picked up as sophomore year, junior year. By the time I graduated, I think we had, I don't want to exaggerate, I think we had 1,800 to 2,000 seniors. Out of those 2,000 seniors, guess how many Blacks it were? About 15.
Wow.
15. So there was very little representation back then, and I graduated in 88. So y'all are hitting on subjects that are very near and dear to my heart, and that's why I kept running away and going to Fifth Ward, and that's how I got in all my trouble.
Wow. And then shout out, I see one of my homegirls on here, Mr. McLeod. I was about to say Dr. McLeod, that spoken to existence. She's in school district in Dallas and DeSoto, and her superintendent is African American too as well. Dr. Rogers up there in DeSoto.
DeSoto, Texas.
DeSoto, yes it did.
And like you said, it's not enough just to have them. You have to vote, and you have to support. You have to have their back. It's not good to feel alone, right? You're gonna cave under that type of pressure. Pressure bust pipes. So you can't just be like, that's good enough, and now your hands off. You gotta support. You gotta be there. You gotta show up. And it's just not enough. And I'm not sure y'all make room for everything else you want to do. You gotta show up. I'm not exactly sure what you're expecting to take place if we don't. If we don't come together, we don't show up, we don't support, we don't vote, all the steps. You can't just do one step to one thing. Yeah, I mean, maybe there is. I'm not a baker, but most cakes take more than one ingredient, right?
See, I'm gonna tell you this, even with us, with our company or foundation, like everything that we do is basically to try to give back. But like you said, I just wish it was just,
of course, we gonna be going for that.
More people. You know what I'm saying? Like we try to do everything, and we try to help so many different people, but I just wish it was just
more people helping.
Yeah, more people helping.
I think there's that. So I think that comes from people I think people count themselves out for what they can do.
Or people try to dim their light.
Yeah. I think people be like, I don't have enough, or when I get to this level.
But it goes back to what we talked about from the beginning. You sowing seeds, and somebody is not looking for anything reciprocated, then you're gonna get a blessing. So if you take yourself out of, like, you may not have money, that's fine. But if maybe you don't have a job, guess what? That means you have time now.
That's
if You don't
right.
have a job, you can go volunteer in the school.
I heard you, sis. I'm
And
gonna
then
come
you can-
volunteer.
So then you can impact the kid because you never know that one kid that you go talk to or you volunteer or you mentor.
That's true.
That person be like, well, maybe they mom, might be
Yes.
locked up. Maybe they, their dad is not around or they live with the grandma or something. And by you having that opportunity to exchange and just pour into them,
Yes.
that's a real moment.
That's
they
that's
may
real.
not get. You
That
know
is.
what I mean? So
Yep.
like people, it's fine. It's okay if you don't have money, but you got your time, and so you can always get back and mentor somebody else. So you may be in a position that maybe a young kid like, you know what, I want to be on a radio station. You can come and talk to a kid and be like, hey, you know what, this is the steps that it takes for you to be on the radio, and here's how you can work towards it. So everybody has something to offer.
I agree. I completely agree. I don't. Your talents and gifts make way for you, right? And all y'all who may have attended a church service or two, your talents is not just money.
Yeah.
Your talents is your time, like the queen said, your time, your you, right? We all, here's the funny thing, we all got our own sauce, our own swag. And it can lend itself to someone in a very huge way. But if you only worried about the numbers, the who, then you can't get to what you're supposed to do. Find out what your calling is. Show up as yourself. Show up real and authentic. Here's what I don't want you to do though. If you ain't got nothing good to add to it, like Grandma said, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. It's better for you to do nothing. If all that you're going to do is come in to pour in toxin. If you're gonna come and be authentic and show up for real as yourself, like I don't have much, but I'm here. What do you need? And to see where you can service, that's the best way to go about it at all times. Don't discount yourself. Don't New Edition COUNT yourself out. Make a way to help somebody. There's like a million one things. There's a sister that had an accident when I was going home the other day. I could tell someone hit her and ran, like her whole back window was out. She was standing outside. It was hot. And so I was like, do you need help? Is there anything I could do? And she was like, no, I'm okay. There's somebody where I said, you need some water, something? She said, yeah. I was like, I'll be right back. I went to the store, the closest store. She was gone by the time I came back, but I showed up and did my part.
Correct.
And authentically, not trying to be nosy, nothing. Just, are you okay? And do you need anything? It's real. It's so simple. Those are real simple things. There ain't nobody looking for nothing. Ain't nobody doing it for the gram. Those are simple things. So don't count yourself out.
To piggyback on what everybody said, one, you said you need help, right? I think a lot of us don't know how to play our parts. I think a lot of people don't know what opportunities are out there for you to get. You see what I'm saying? It's not known. And then I also think that some people aren't taught on how to play their part. So we don't have the patience to deal with what comes. Like, hey, somebody might want to help, but they might not have that confidence. You see what I'm saying? They might not have that knowledge on how to help or have the attitude to help. You see what I'm saying? So I think because I think everybody has a part to play in this. Like I said, you got a lot of ingredients. Everybody got their part to play with it. You might got the opportunity. And I'm not saying you haven't, I'm not talking about you personally. Not saying you haven't reached out and put it out there. But some people might not know you got the opportunity, right? Now, that person without a job or that person not doing nothing might not have the confidence when you put the opportunity out there. They might be intimidated. Kind of like you were saying earlier, when you have a genius or a child and you yourself might not be on that level, that kind of intimidates you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of us think that we got to come with that paper. Oh, man, I need money. And sometimes we don't make it known that, oh, you don't need money, brother. I just need your body.
Facts.
I'm building a community. I'm going to build a community for my daughters and everything. That's why I'm having this party when I have it. But I said this. I used to go out and talk to these boys on the block, right? I always talk to them. I used to go to Eisenhower and talk to them with another Muslim brother. And one of the kids got a t-shirt company. A couple of them started rapping. And I would take them from, because a lot of us have never left our area. They ain't never left Tidwell. They think it's Tidwell, back. That's all they know. So I would take them out to, this is back before you had internet. I'd take them to like Bookstop, Barnes and Noble. You remember them books, How to Do Something for Dummies?
Yes.
Got them the books. You see what I'm saying? The one thing I was missing was the financing. They say, man, how you do this? I said, man, I don't have the money to do this for you, but I can give you the knowledge. I got to get the money to do it myself. You see what I'm saying? So that comes back to everybody playing their part. We got to work together.
Thanks.
We got to work together. Because you know what? We could put something together where you can learn how to do it. You ain't got to have $1 million. I learned that. I don't got to have $1 million.
Right.
I just needed, like, okay, like you said, if you know someone who want to do the radio, come up here. Now, I might not be 97.9 or not like that. I might not have been on here long as Matt had or some of the other people, but I can teach you something.
That's right.
And if somebody see me teaching you something, an OG will come be like, hey, maybe you should have told him this. I got to let my ego go. That's another thing that stops us from doing stuff.
Stop a lot of people.
Exactly.
We just talked about that.
That ego, like,
Bro.
hold on, man, I'm this is my show.
Yeah.
Bro.
The whole reason I do this show, the whole reason I have Rely is to attract people that want to help people.
Tell the people what it stands for, please.
Rebooting and uniting lost energy. You see, that's what Rely stands for. I believe everybody got that part in their body or parts in their body and their soul that they know something ain't right out here.
That's right.
Something ain't right. Something wrong, man. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be changed.
That's right.
And I've joined a lot of groups playing my part. I don't have no ego. I told each and every group I joined, from my 20s on up to where I am now, still in my 20s, right? All up until now, where I said, hey, you can have the credit. You can even keep the money. Just give me enough to keep the program afloat. And I'll tell them you created it. I don't really care. They still turn me down, like, oh, well, this ain't gonna match with this, or you got to be a member of the church, or you got to join this, and so that's why I'm creating my own thing.
So let me share with you. People are scared of that type of energy.
Yeah.
Y'all remember in Color Purple when she said folks don't like people being free?
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. And the freedom is that a true leader ain't afraid to be led.
Yeah.
You can't take nothing from me that I don't give up. So I'm not afraid of it. Think about it. Real rich people don't walk around here talking about, got that money, yeah, I'm doing this. They flashy, and I drive this and I wear this. People with real money don't do that because I don't have nothing to prove to you. People with real leadership, I ain't worried about submitting my leadership to you because I'm still gonna be a leader. I ain't worried about that at all. I'm not in jeopardy of losing me or anything about me. So I can freely give that because I trust myself that it's mine. And it's a gift. You are supposed to be the gift that keeps on giving.
True.
You're supposed to give. When I used to be super duper shy because nobody believes that I am, I would volunteer for things because I couldn't show up at networking. Hi, my name is, and I do this, and I have this. That wasn't me. My way of networking was to volunteer. Because if we work together, I get to see,
build a
I get to know
relationship.
authentically, right? Unforced, unrehearsed. Here's my bio, all this stuff that just got me in a frenzy because I was like, nah, I'm too shy to be. I don't want to be in people's zones like that. I found a different way. So you just find these different ways to do things, but you gotta be the gift that keeps on giving.
True.
The reason why people would take away, say they scared of that energy.
Yeah.
Because what human being walks in and say you could take all the recognition? I ain't worried about that. That's somebody who is already there, who is already free. They scared.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Me and wifey had that conversation, man. Like, especially like with me, bro. So I feel you. Like when I was in third grade, we just had this conversation. When I was in third grade, my mom told me, she said, a lot of people not gonna like you because you got high self-esteem. And she said, especially people with low self-esteem, you can't stand people with high self-esteem.
Yeah.
So she told me that in third grade, bro, and that stuck to me. But I've actually been through it all my life.
All my life.
All my life, bro. I'm talking about
all my life I had to fight.
But I'm providing, I'm sharing. I don't know, I'm gonna be honest. My life is crazy, bro. Like I can be somewhere and say, just throw this out there. I can say like I'm gonna meet Trump. All of a sudden,
That's right.
Something happening.
Something happening and we'll be there.
That's
We'll
right.
be in
Yeah.
trouble.
That's right.
I can't explain that.
That's right.
I don't know. Like, I'm being honest to y'all. Like, I don't know how it happened. Like, I say stuff and it happened. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, people hate that.
Yeah.
Man,
They can't stand that.
But they're supposed
But
to.
I try to, but what I do is I try to share the light with them. You know what I'm saying? Yo, come with me. Let's go together. So therefore, they get opportunity to experience my life and see how it go. But you know, usually what usually happen is they want the whole like they want to.
Which is
they
why
wanna
when
take
you that's
it-
why when
it-
you
it
come
give
up,
me
you
the
know you
highs
gotta
of it.
move. You
Yeah.
can't when you make it somewhere, you can't stay. You can serve your community, but you can't stay. You'll breed envy.
Yeah, facts.
And some people are set on that. There ain't nothing you can do about that. There's nothing because that's their character. All you could do is show up as you. You speak a king's language. That is intimidating because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And no matter what I do, I can't never do it like you.
That's true, but I told him so I have to remind him because he does operate in a different light, and so people will see that light, and they and they see that, and the thing is they're jealous because they don't have that light, but it's not for him to dim his life for somebody else to feel
Not ever.
confident in what they got going on.
That's
It's
right.
just,
I gotta wear
you know, it's just you just have to operate the way you're supposed to operate.
Picture that.
Yeah.
Picture if the sun was like, I'm too bright for these people.
Yeah, you're right. I like that.
I'm
analogy.
too bright for these people. I'm gonna have to turn myself down. You're crazy. Us melanated people wouldn't still survive. We need the sun
Yeah, you're
to
right.
shine. There's no way we could do without the sun. So there's no way. Can you imagine if the sun was like,
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down.
maybe not. I'm gonna turn it down a notch. You people can't handle me.
What did my boy Prime say? Don't allow my confidence to intimidate you or something like that.
Intimidate your
My boy Prime said,
Yeah,
You said that a couple of
I
weeks
actually
ago
just
to us.
posted.
Yes.
he said, don't let my confidence intimidate you or something like that or scare you. I mean, but people do it every time.
But it's bigger than confidence. When it comes to the kings in the room, with your black skin is bigger than confidence. Understand this, and I say this sincerely. I say it sincerely as I possibly can. Every knee shall bow, and everything knows it. I was dating a football player at one time. God. And we were going to the doctors. We were going to a doctor's appointment that he had. The dog was like, the baby girl, little beautiful black baby girl in the carriage was like, out of her carriage. And I said, do you see that? When you are present in yourself, black man, everyone knows it. The birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the women, the men, the children, they know it. So that's why you have to keep showing up, because there ain't nothing that can be done about that. There's nothing that can be done about them knowing that I'm supposed to submit to this man, to this king. What would you like for me to do? They know it. That's why the white men be going crazy. So then when you stand up in it, like y'all in the room, like a Deion Sanders, that's even more so like, oh shit, we in trouble.
Yeah.
He know himself.
I won't ever apologize
No.
for my confidence because it affects your insecurity or something. It
It affects your insecurity.
Yes, insecurity.
And you will, if you keep showing up like that, you are
Because it
going,
affects your insecurity.
if you tell the truth and the hit dog hollers, that's because that truth was for them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do nothing about truth. And here's the great thing about truth, it doesn't need a defense. Only lies need defenses and proof and all kinds of, just show up as truth. Show up as yourself each and every single time consistently. I might hate it, but ain't nothing I can do about it. I eventually will have to submit to it, or y'all know what happens. They try many ways to kill it. Right? You got to get on that trick. Don't steal my vibe. You can't take nothing from me unless I give it to you, unless I allow you. We know this from church, right? We got to invite the devil in. He can't just come. He don't get to come in and do what he wants to. We have to invite him in.
True.
Yeah.
Y'all keep standing on your square. It's going to have to be what it has to be.
indeed.
You know what? And you know about a leader too. I know with me, the reason why I don't have an ego, it's about my message.
Yeah.
I'm just a messenger.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's a bigger thing I'm trying to build for everybody. It's
Now
not.
you got a positive spirit though, bro.
Yeah,
Sure
I
does.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. But it's about the message, man. It ain't about me. That's why I'm not trying to look a certain way, do a certain thing. Like I say, man, once I get my 2 or 3 mil, I need bodies. Cause I'm gonna have this money, but I'm not gonna have no bodies to build it. And I need loyal, trustworthy bodies.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Similar to what you're saying, you need help. You don't just want any kind of help.
Yeah, exactly.
You need somebody that's aligned. Like I said, we might not agree. We ain't gotta agree, but as long as we're on that same mission, we good.
And we not gonna. There's times we're absolutely not gonna agree, and that's not what it's about in any of our relationships, marriage, friendships, relatives. We're not supposed to. We're not zombies walking around here without our own minds. When I was married, my pastor was counseling us before we got married, and he asked me about submission, and I said, I don't have a problem submitting. I said, here's how it goes. I'm his helpmeet. My husband is walking, leading as he should. I tap him on the shoulder and I say, baby, something don't look right up there. And he keep going and I keep following. That's my husband. Tap him on the shoulder. Baby, there is something not right up there. He keeps walking and I keep following. And I'm like, yo, everything I love, son, that ain't right up there. And he keep walking. He goes, fume. And I say, oh, I don't know what happened. And I got to go find my next husband. If you don't know that you need to lead someone and your helpmate or whoever that is, your team you need to listen to them. I'm the leader. You notice you play football. If I'm off doing my own thing in my position, what happens to the rest of the team? Don't even make any sense. If all the offense is over here doing this, and I don't know nothing about sports, and all the defense is over here doing our own, what game we playing? Where we winning? How we getting to the goal?
Yeah, exactly. Got to be a nucleus.
We're all respective leaders. All of us sitting in this room as leaders. I ain't got to cross over you, shine over you. None of us have to do that to each other. We can mutually coexist in our own right. The mall proves that. It's a whole bunch of individually owned stores in that mall, and the mall is a business too. They all function.
Same thing, like it goes back to what I say about social media. Like even for entertainers, right? Like a lot of people don't look at it like this.
What's up?
Like,
hey, Jason.
when you, even as an entertainer, you are doing something to provide a type of energy to a group, to a crowd. And then what comes back, what you're talking about being reciprocal, people follow you, right? So that comes in social media. So the best people that can put out their message and make people feel a certain way are the ones that gonna get more followers. No matter if it's negative, no matter if it's positive, that you are making a person feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing that having that reciprocal relationship with that audience.
Let me ask y'all a question. What's your foundation? What kind of help, or how do you know what's the kind of help? Or how do you decide who you work with, who you don't work with?
I think it goes back into being aligned, like you said, working with people that you align with, because you can, prime example, somebody can say, oh, I need help. And then you go to offer to help them, but every time you offer to help them, they have an excuse as to why they can't. Okay? So that may not be a person that you can help. I mean, because if I come to you, you tell me, hey, Amber, I need to rebuild my house. I need to redo my roof. And then I go to you, okay, well, I'm going to give you this number to this guy. He's a roofer. And he's going to come out. I need you to give him $10 for him to come out. And that's all he's going to charge you. And then you tell me, oh, well, I ain't going to be able to do that because the tarp is on there, but they told me I rented the tarp and the tarp was $10 a month. And, I mean, like it's and I'm like, okay, so if you're not gonna do that, so then what else do you want me to do? Because I'm trying to fix your problem, but if you're not trying to fix your problem, then it's a waste of my time.
That's right. That's right.
you may not be somebody I can help.
That's right.
So then I'm gonna move on to the next person. Okay, well, this person's telling me they need help. Okay, well, you know, we got to figure out a way to help you. And if you're not working with us to figure out a way to help you, then there's nothing I can do. So
right.
some people just like to ask for help, but then when you go to help them, they make up excuses on why they don't want
They
help.
decline to show up for
True.
themselves, and that we can't nobody take that. Y'all be wondering why. Oh, this one don't do this for that one. As some people looking at himself. Oh, I can't take that candy. I knew it. He tried to turn it and everything.
Yeah, I agree.
But yes, you gotta show up for you. You gotta meet people at this place. You get them to meet you allegedly where you are, and then you want to pull them all the way in with, and then I got this, and then I got that, because that's it. You nailed that. That's how it happens a lot of the time. But those who are helping have to understand, like you said, okay, you might not be the person that I can help. I'm gonna have to go on with my resources to the next person, because they're willing to show up for themselves.
But that's something I've
That's
been in
real.
nonprofit for a long time, and so one of the places that I work was the Houston Food Bank, and their motto is to shorten the line. But it's funny because a lot of times what they were having is the same people reoccurring coming back to the line. So how do you shorten the line? Right?
Yeah.
Because people coming back to the same, because they know you're gonna give food every Thursday.
That's right.
I'm gonna come every Thursday and get this food. So then you become a crutch,
Yep.
right, for them. So in order for you really to shorten the line, you have to offer these people, maybe they didn't get the skills they needed to be able to progress,
Be self-sufficient,
right? And
yeah.
to be self-sufficient. So you know what they did? They started offering classes for different things.
That's right.
And so at the same time, that's how you shorten the line, because you give people the opportunity to develop themselves and help themselves to become better.
That's right.
I like that.
If you don't teach a man to fish, as they say, you'll be fishing for them forever. And that's not what we out here to do, because that doesn't help us to build up anything. Because while I'm over here building, I got one hand over here building and one hand over here helping, when I could have both my hands over here and yours, and we could actually build something faster and better and together. That is, we oftentimes don't know how to segue that in our families, in our communities, and know the difference between those who actually need help that would actually have a return on the investment for the community, not a financial, but for the community, versus, like you said, now I'm dependent because I know you're gonna get this, you're gonna have this ready for me every week at this time. You're gonna have this ready for me.
So
That's not what we want at all.
Let me ask y'all a question. In your foundation, together is always better.
Together is
Very
always
true.
better.
Very
Yes.
true. In y'all's foundation, have y'all developed a different attitude towards certain people? Because I know with me, I'm gonna explain what I say. I know with me, I know I don't want to help all black folks. It's like, yo, I can't help all y'all, and all y'all don't want to help. So have y'all developed, or I see you smiling.
And it's like this. You can't help everybody, no matter the color.
Huh.
Everybody, we talked about everybody.
I had that conversation with MB today.
But when you younger, I did start out. I was like, oh, I'm gonna help all my people.
But then when you get older, you realize that everybody is. You can't help everybody, right?
Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go, and then at the same time, you have to choose and to reserve your energy for those that you're really supposed to be helping.
That's right.
So you're spinning your wheels, wasting energy with people you can't really help because they don't want your help, even though they're asking you for it. So what we just learned to do is, we try, and I'm a person, now that I'm older, I don't have a lot of patience. So I'm like, look, we got to get from point A to B. Okay, are you on board to get to point A to B? Now, if you coming up with all these excuses on why you can't get from A to B, and I'm helping you, then there's nothing else that I can do.
That's right, because I can't be more invested in you than you have. How you gonna be? How am I gonna be more invested in you than you are in you?
And
that makes sense.
Like,
you're right.
But I'm gonna be
and
honest.
he'll be like, man, but maybe they just had
Yeah,
a
man. I believe it. Like, I don't know why I feel like people can change. You know what I'm saying? Like they, I just I don't know. I got a little bit more patience. I
Yeah,
guess
he
because I worked
does.
in the school.
A lot of black
I worked
men
in the
are like
college.
that now.
I
Yeah.
worked in a college.
I don't know, but
It's
but colleges, you like
Now I have more patience
We
when
deal
it
with
comes to
adults.
kids.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I have
Yeah,
more
yeah,
patience
yeah,
when it comes to
Right.
kids, and I have more patience when it comes to elderly.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
it's the people in between that you are willing but not able, or you're not willing and you're able. Then that's what I have an issue with.
Girl, I was in Georgia one time getting some gas in my uniform that I bartended at the Fox. And this young man, and I'm on my way to my second job. This young man asked me for some money. Little brother. I said, if you don't get up away from me, I'm going to beat you for everything. I'm going to beat you like your mama should. You didn't ask me if you could help me do anything. You at a gas station, you ain't asking for an application. Wanting me to give you money from our
One of
2
these
jobs
jobs.
too. And I'm twice
Yeah.
at the minimum your age.
Mm.
You gonna have to do something more with your life, man.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm sorry. I said, you got to put this together better. You roll up on somebody else, you need to be asking what you can do to earn something. You need to be having a conversation versus just, you got some for me. Now I'll go in here and get you a snack and some water with the quickness. But you asking me for my money.
Mhm.
We need to have a different type of conversation than this. And that's it.
Or maybe he liked the vehicle you drove, and maybe he could have came up to you and said, "Hey, where do you work at? Because
Yes.
I would like to drive this kind
Absolutely.
of car."
You see my uniform on. They
Do
hiring
y'all?
over
Yeah,
there.
they hire.
Something.
It's a
Your
different
conversation has to be completely
I get that.
different. You
Yeah.
got to speak a language of the content of your character. Anybody will be able to tell something about you, what's inside of your character, by your conversation.
But see,
Your
you
conversation,
was
you
young,
want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You know why? Most black men do.
but did you-
Because
Has that
nobody
ever paid
give
off?
people don't give you the
You about to
benefit
get
of doubt.
another one, but did you?
I was watching his face the whole time while I was saying.
Did you
While I was saying it, I was watching his
hold
face.
on, hold on. He was young, but did you truly explain to him?
Yes, that was my conversation. I was like, you're gonna have to have a different conversation. You're gonna have. There's more for you to
And
do
was
than
he-
just
he took
standing
that-
here doing this. He was standing there saying, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am."
That's what's
But you
up.
don't know if he did.
Yeah.
Oh, he probably did. You just never know. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. I love it. He's supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be like that because you spend most of your life experiencing no one giving you the benefit of the doubt as a black man.
Correct.
So you are supposed to stand in that position, but your wife is also supposed to balance that out.
You're right.
Excuse me, y'all.
And my brother Ed sent a message to y'all.
Okay. All right, Ed. We appreciate you.
That
Let me
Ed
see.
is the co-founder of the One Love group. We meet every Saturday from 1 p.m. Eastern Standard to about 3 or 4, and we have conversations and things like this on Zoom. So y'all are definitely welcome to join us on any Saturdays.
I don't want to leave anybody else out, y'all, before y'all get back in the conversation. They're on me. They're saying, please don't ignore my
Hey, Ja.
question. There's a gentleman down below that's asking me not to ignore him. So I'm going to get to him in just a second. But Jati is with y'all all the way. You can't-
Jati, I understand that. I
Yeah, we
understand
can't
that.
help everybody, Jati.
Veronica, go get a Walls says, I used to try to help the world, but after so many attempts, I learned to allow those who truly want help to prove themselves through their actions.
Yep. That's it, Veronica.
See, the thing is, I work with like individuals. I work with you, and then also I work with individuals who have that's just getting out of the. Most of them just getting
They
out.
were
of,
incarcerated.
that was
Yeah.
incarcerated.
Yeah.
So, like,
You can't be, you got to give them more than one.
yeah, you got to give more than one opportunity.
Yeah, but
man,
we're
you know
not
what
saying
I'm
not to
saying?
give them more than one opportunity. We give people grace, but at the same time, you know, you have to move forward and they have to show you.
Right.
Like we give people grace. I understand if somebody, you know, something happens, a car break down, they can't get to it. But at the same time, it can't be every time we're supposed to meet and I'm meeting to help you.
But check
that
this
it's
out.
an issue.
I ain't listen. I'm gonna call everybody foot to the rug on this one. We say that, and everybody on here too. We say that But when it come knocking at your door and it's a family member, or y'all gonna do the same thing? Because to me, I feel like a spade is a spade, right?
Yes.
No matter, I grew up with two parents, right? I was blessed. What my mama do, I hold her accountable the same way I hold my daddy accountable.
Yes.
In the two-parent household, is the yin and the yang is right here. Do y'all do the same thing for y'all family?
Yes. Absolutely 1000% since I came into this world. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I-
Because that's be it. People be bad, be on the stage,
That's true.
and then, you know, come on now. So I'm just
I
saying.
agree with that. Dog.
It's
I'm-
across the board because it's a human being thing. And if that's what you stand on, then you absolutely right. You should be, because that's who you are. So
Correct.
if it fluctuates, then that means who you are fluctuates.
Facts. I agree. I'm agreeing 100%.
Has your patience ever paid off? You being patient with somebody, have they ever shown you eventually that I'm about this work now?
We still wait.
Yeah, nah, yeah,
Okay.
in a lot of ways, yeah.
So eventually they
Not a lot, but it has.
Yeah. I mean, have they eventually shown you that, hey, I'm ready now, or
Yeah, it happens. I'm not gonna say a lot, but
But
I'm gonna say
okay.
if I was to give a percentage, I say 30%.
okay.
That much?
Yeah, I get 30%. People in my lifetime, I'm talking about my lifetime, that I have tried to help, that, you know, came through. It don't have to be a close friend or family member. Like you say, anybody.
Anybody, yeah.
Yeah, I would say 30%.
You say something different.
In your lifetime, what do you see?
Maybe 10%.
Dang.
Let me ask y'all, how
But
is it?
sometimes you don't get to see it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's
No,
true.
I agree with that. How do y'all work together like as a couple? Like how does that like decision making go? Do y'all have like a process or code words where it's like, hey, hold on, let me handle this, or like you ain't got to give them those secrets. But it's more
That's
advice.
what he says. I said, what's the secret?
I don't know. What you
I
think?
think we have a good working relationship, but you know what? I know sometimes I could be petty.
Yeah, she
left.
left. I ain't like that.
You is that a you heard it here first, sis?
People
Shout
that
out
know
to
me,
Mo.
people that know
Do
me,
it done.
people that know me know
Water.
me, and they, but I can be. But I think what us is like LaMarcus is like he's optimistic, so he wants
Damn
to see,
optimistic.
he wants to see the best in everybody. And now I used to be like that too when I was younger, but now that I'm older, it's just like it's not that I'm looking for the worst in people, but at the same time, I'm really trying to just figure where their head is and where they're trying to go, because I don't have a lot of time. Like I'm not, and so I think with him, he's more people. You know, he'll go out and talk to people. And I told him there was an incident where we were helping somebody. He pulled me in. He normally want to get people say, "Oh, we're gonna help this person," so he'll reel me in, and now So he was helping somebody with something they were working on, and then he pulled me in, and I didn't feel like the person did right by him. And so at that point, for me, I'm gonna protect mine.
That's right.
So
That's right.
you know, so my thing is, and I told him after the situation, you can't be bringing people up here without what I told you. You can't be bringing new people in, and you ain't not a background check, but you gotta vet these people out.
Yeah.
You can't just be bringing new people.
That brother Ed, who is the founder of
Yeah.
One Love, I have to tell him all the time.
Yeah, you gotta vet people out.
He wanna
Bring
do
everybody
everything
in.
for
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
and bring, bruh, hold up now.
And then one of my homegirls on here, Shatana, she talking about he's a good human, and Amber is a super real. So
But
I'm
I be
just
have to
saying.
put her on game though. You know what I'm saying? She just, you know, but like y'all say, you just let people go in their superpowers. You know what I'm saying? That's one of her things. Like
That's
you
our
know what I'm
position
saying?
in
I'ma
this
keep
life.
doing it.
Oh, you got a gift.
Yeah, he gave me a gift.
Aw.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.
Oh, here you go.
I'm
We
in trouble
have
right
to.
now.
We supposed
You know
to.
what
You
I'm
supposed to
saying?
bring them in. We supposed to
I'm the
sift them
same
out.
way.
You gotta spit it now.
I'm
Yeah.
the same way he is.
Yeah.
I get in trouble all the time because where I did 16 flat.
Yeah.
So where I've been, I know people need chances.
Mhm.
You need chances because I needed about 10 of them myself before I got my stuff together.
Yeah.
So when I look at people and they keep messing up, they keep messing up, they keep messing up, they not getting it, they not getting it, they not getting it. I'm surrounded by people like your wife. They like, man, hey, wash your hands of that, man.
Yeah, for real.
But where I'm now they all look at me like, you all big, strong, and tough, and you just old tennis ball. Okay, I might be, but when the hammer come down, the hammer come down.
Correct.
I'm just a little more patient. My fuse is a little longer.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to give you the chances that people gave me. So you keep messing that out, man, I'm gonna let you go too. So I need you to get this in. So I'm the same way, man. I get in trouble all the time by my circle of influence, man. They be like, man, look.
But your circle just trying to keep you protected.
Right.
Yes, and
Right.
when people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them.
My wife do that too, man.
That's
with
our
someone.
position. We supposed to.
Yeah, I work with someone and she'll be like, she'll know from the top. Hey,
That's right.
You might not want to mess with her. I'm like, yo, hold on. And then she'll end up being right 90% of the time, 99.9% of the time. They'll do something. I'll be like, man, you told me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel you. Glad to give people chances, man. Because I wasn't always, I'm not saying I'm perfect now, but I wasn't always on the level I am now.
Correct.
And I feel like if a few people would have been just a little bit more patient with me, they would have caught me where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind putting the work in, but some people do want to like leech off you.
Right.
I feel that. I'm putting the flip it right quick.
Go ahead.
Check this out. So remember what I said before about people perceive me as being like arrogant. That's an arrogance. Come on, it's a word play. It was a word play.
No, but I know that. But some people do view you as arrogant, but you're not. It's just,
so they say okay. So they view me as being overconfident. Okay, let's say that. So, but if they view me that way and they don't really know me, if they don't give me a chance, then they don't know how I can be a blessing in their life.
That's true. That's very true.
But you maybe not supposed to be a blessing. So
That's very true.
Okay.
That's very true.
Jason been trying to ask this question. How do you kings reach these youngins? What advice do you have?
Yo, go. I would say this. Only thing you have to do, man, go to these schools, ask these principals if you have the opportunity to talk to these young kings, and then you always welcome to go to football practice, basketball practice, or these local high schools, little league organizations, and just ask them, just tell them that you want to say a few little words to the kids, and that's it. And I guarantee you, 90.9% of the time, that these coaches will allow you to talk to their kids, especially if you on the up and up. Tell them about your testimony.
Yeah.
They'll allow you the opportunity to talk to the kids.
But the kids see when you're
Genuine.
They're gonna
So
know.
if you genuine and tell them like what's going on, Jason, they most likely listen, and then that's how you reach them. Just tell them your testimony because it's power within that.
Yeah, facts.
I used to walk out to the blocks and talk to them. Whatever you stand at a gas station, I'll go talk to like, man, why you out here?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was my ministry. I'm like, yo, why you out here? And I would get some crazy excuses. You know, even with the prostitutes, I don't want to call them that, even with the streetwalkers. I go out and talk to them, like, why you out here? And then the ages of some of them. When they tell me the age, and I'm like, wait. And you know what? This is my main part of doing this show. I got tired of talking. Now I need to provide something for you. So now I want to bring you back with me. And like Brooklyn over here, I tell her all the time, when I get these women, I need my wife and you to talk to them. Because I can't tell you how to be. Now the brothers, I got you. Oh, come sit down. We're going to talk. We're going to have us a nice little convo. I'll get you some food. I'll give you some clothes. Whatever you need, I got you. But you got to sit here and listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whenever I go reach somebody, I kind of I don't let them come to me. But if I'm out somewhere, that's what I do. You know, sometimes they don't let me back in the schools. I'll tell the kids, hey man, school ain't everything. Find you a trade. You know, because sometimes you sit in college 18 years and you'll get more debt than you will money.
Yep, that's true.
You know, I'm not saying college is do what's good for you.
Right.
Do what's good for you.
That's what's most important, because that's the only one that you can be true to, hopefully.
Is yourself.
Prayerfully.
And that's what I tell them, man. Do what most of the young men that I talk to do. You don't want to touch that. Do what's good for you. Like, do what's good, but explore your options. Don't let no one. People don't let no one tell you, hey, you should do this. Because people told me that, hey man, you should do this, and I would listen. So now whenever I talk to especially youth, I say, hey man, what do you think you want to do? Let's talk it out. What do you like to do? What motivates you? And then whatever that is, go about it. But understand you got a plethora of options. Right. You always got options to do that. So yeah, when I talk to people or kids or youth, that's what I tell them. Like I said, I'm in those places to where I can talk to them. So, you know, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
My sister that was on here, Real Talk Tiff, said when her kids, she would ask them, she changed things by stop saying how proud she was of them and ask them how do they feel about themselves and the things that they're doing. And I was like, that was very powerful, right? Because you know, a child wants to please. So if you keep saying I'm proud of you, they're pleasing, but are they finding themselves to say, this is what I feel about what I'm doing and about myself? And that was Real Talk Tiff was on here earlier today. Hey, Ebony, that's another one of my sisters. Hey, Queen.
That's deep. How you feel about
she shared that. Yeah, when she shared that with me, I was like, that is fantastic. That changes a lot of things, because I do need to understand how I'm feeling, not just I'm doing a good job, I'm making you happy, because then that translates into everything you do, school, your job. I'm just showing up so I could do a good job for you, but how do I feel? Yeah. Hey, Brooklyn, we got to stay on our brother. He's better than Jesus. Captain Saver. Yes, he is. He's the captain of the captains. He's talking about Brother Ed.
We got some more comments before y'all get back into it. We have Jati. Jati says, so the brothers saying they are all captains? Save a garden tool? That's honorable, but some people come just to mess up your good work. Use your powers of X-ray vision.
I appreciate that, JT.
And that's why the queens exist. I think that the kings, unfortunately, and yes, it does oftentimes come across as Captain Save a Garden too, but their position is to bring a king's position is to bring everybody in. Our position is to discern and filter them out. Yeah. So we have to both mutually respect each other's positions. That's great. Bring them in. And then when I let you know that they're not true to this, make sure you help them to exit. As long as you trust and know that I'm not set up in a real not so good, healthy way, then you can trust that. If I'm not set up too right, then maybe you can't trust that, because I might be using it in the wrong kind of way.
That leads me to this the proper way of connections. And what we always say, like, you know, a lot of people don't really reciprocate the relationship. Like, and I was talking to Tiffany, we had a conversation with Tiffany, Patrice or Tiffany, about like with relationships, man, like to be able to, when somebody connect you to somebody, you have to be able to have something to offer too as well. You know what I'm saying? Good, but you feel what I'm saying?
Like, you have to bring something.
You have to bring something to the table. Yeah, but people just take. Yeah.
Yes,
and it's draining.
It's extremely draining. That's why you can't allow it to happen, right? You can't allow all your good to go out. I used to say when I was much younger, you'll never be able to say that I stood at this well until it ran dry. Because while I have the strength, energy, and courage, I'm gonna go to look for the well that still has some water. I'm not staying here until this dries up and then I can't make it to my next cup of water. That makes no sense. A relationship is about the exchange. If you're not engaged in the exchange, we can't relate.
how y'all feel about this? Like, say for instance, somebody introduce you to somebody, and then they go run a play with somebody else, like with the person you introduced them to, and then next thing you know, they become
They get in the bag together.
they get in the bag
That
together,
happens
and
a
you
lot.
introduced them to, and you never heard anything back from.
That happens a lot.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had that
That's-
happen to me.
That happens a lot.
I've had that happen, man.
Yeah.
You know what?
You said like it's one time.
It's shit. I got stories. You know what I'm saying? When that does happen, on the one hand, I'm happy y'all got it. Like real, I'm like, damn, that's dope. I'm glad y'all did it. Then when I get back to thinking, I'm like, how come I wasn't included? Did I do something
Facts,
wrong?
bro.
Did I say
Yeah.
something to you? Did I rub you the wrong way? Like,
And then they get mad at you when you ask them to sign a non-disclosure. They get mad.
I've never asked that, but
I never did either.
yeah.
But you,
You
But
have
you-
to.
We
But
always
you're right.
ask.
You have to.
I ain't never done that. When I do ask them, I'm like, yo, I low key gave y'all that idea. How come you didn't include me in? And you're right, they do get an attitude. Well, what you mean? I get the same response in different ways.
Yep.
What you mean? How you mean? Are you serious right now? Like them things.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, mouth sometimes. Then I gotta stop myself from knocking you the fuck out.
Yeah.
facts, bro.
I really
There's
do.
a lot of people who are knocked out.
Yeah,
because
like,
of those very same moves.
and it's like,
There's a lot of
yo,
people who lost their life for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the rap game really like that. Like people that
Most of
disrespect the
this,
game.
a lot of this game in life is set
Yeah,
up like
yeah.
this.
disrespectful,
From the
bro.
streets to the boardroom.
But I view it like this. That it does happen more often than not.
Hmm.
But the flip side of it is they may have got a bag together, but that bag not gonna last.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
You
Right.
may have gave them the idea, but it was your vision. It wasn't theirs, so it's not going to get to where it was supposed to go
Hmm.
because you wasn't in it.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, yeah, they got a bag. We got a shirt that says "In my Bible and bag." By the way, on
Say it again.
I'm just saying, in my bag and in my Bible.
Uh,
But it's not gonna last. So it is what it is. And
It
if that
can't.
was your vision, then you keep pouring into that vision and let it come out, because when it does come out, God gonna bless you, and they gonna do it in front of them. So then they gonna be mad, and they gonna be like, "Oh, he took our idea. Now you took his idea,
yeah.
and now he blessed."
When people set you up like that and do you like that, they used to have a saying, the same grave you digging for me,
Yep.
make sure you
Make-
dig
yep,
one for
for
yourself.
yourself.
Two
Yeah.
grades, yeah.
Because when people do that type of stuff with you, they elevate you
Oh yeah.
and
do
they
make you step your
delineate
game up.
themselves.
Yeah.
They elevate, they don't even have any earthly idea how many blocks they raised you up from. And then it tells you, I always be like, appreciate it, God. Because I ain't gotta go the long distance.
Mhm.
I went the short distance with you and we done.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Because going the long distance, after I put all my sauce and everything into it, and then you do it,
Oh,
now that's
yeah.
a murder.
Yeah.
Right? Can you imagine? We
Yeah.
climbed, we elevated, we getting bags, not a bag.
Yeah.
And then you pull that,
Oh yeah.
that's murder, that's a
I
homicide.
think that's true.
So
They
if we
show you
get
who
caught
they
right
are.
here,
Yeah.
we get caught right here, appreciate it, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative. I'm always thankful when people
When
make
that
their
happens,
moves.
that
When the
show you
snake
who they
appears
are.
early,
Yeah,
it's a
When
good
you-
look.
When you do get it, then
Yeah,
now you know.
bless you in front of them, and
Now
it's gonna
you
be
know.
nothing crazy.
All
Yeah.
that
And
like
then when they come to you,
real
like,
crazy.
"Man, that's my idea." Oh, for real? All right then.
Yeah, yeah, for real. I
Y'all,
don't even
y'all
wanna
know
hit you
who
no
knows
more.
the ultimate truth with signed documents and unsigned documents, because people been stealing stuff from us since
Oh,
the
yeah,
beginning of
yeah.
time. All
True.
right,
Yeah.
y'all know
True.
that's what's up. So we always gonna have ours.
I think Brother Jason asked how he can help y'all out earlier. Yeah.
Jason, tell them where you at.
Jason X, let the Newmans know where you're at. Are you in Houston? Are you in Texas? Another state? Let us know right quick. Are you more
Oh,
than
snap, it's been too. Okay.
You're more than welcome to call in right quick. We're about to end the show in about 5 or 10 minutes. You're more than welcome to call in. I'll put the number up right now. You're more than welcome to call in at 832-560-5885. 2885. You can call in right quick, and
No.
I'm sure they'll answer you.
Put their Instagrams and emails. Can y'all give your Instagrams and emails to Mount so he can put it on the?
I have their
He put
Instagram.
the
Okay, but
website up
Instagram
there,
in there.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and he can hit us on Instagram. He can just send us a message and then we can
I have their
hit him
Instagram
back
up
as
top
well.
somewhere. I'll get that. I'm sorry. I
And
didn't
for
mean to
all
cut
of
y'all
y'all
off.
who are calling in from the Houston area, know that your support is definitely something. When you show up supporting for the righteous reasons, and most of y'all I know on here, so I know you are, pull up and show your love and support. Your hands, your feet, your minds, your money, all of it. Just show up. Show up.
All right, I'm not gonna keep y'all long, man, because I know y'all got to get back to Oklahoma. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna let everybody say something, and then I'm gonna close it out, and then y'all can be on your way. So I'm gonna.
But the kids go.
Yeah, go ahead, Brother Marcus. What you want?
All right. We got the government contract, and shout out to my boy Jay White. Got to give Jay White some love. I seen Sienna's house come on here. They was on here. Dr. Menon, she was on here. Cliff Davis, and Beezy was on here.
D Dance.
They was all on here. So shout out to all them. Shout out to the individual with the books. I see my boy Sheldon. He's good. He good people too as well. Dr. Patton was on here.
Okay.
Devontae, he was
Okay.
on here. So just shout out to everybody, man. Keep on supporting us. We'll keep on supporting each and every last one of y'all. And y'all we thank y'all
Yeah.
for giving us the
Thank you.
opportunity. So we got the Newman's Family Foundation, I think .org. We have blessingsgear.com. And then you can follow us on all social media platforms. Support our family, our kids. My daughter, she's at the Shadow Creek running track. So shout out to them.
And
And
our
my son
son.
Lathan,
Yeah.
he got a game on Thursday. Y'all keep him in prayers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
He's in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's
Philly?
why I wanted him to tell you.
shout out to Philadelphia.
Okay.
Here,
All
South
right.
Philly, where you at? Chester, where?
Please share the video in Philly for us. That's
Yes,
love.
indeed.
That's love. That's
Man,
love.
we like Philly.
Yeah, we like Philly. I played at Lackawanna Junior College in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So we used to travel down to Philly all the time. So shout out to Philly. Hit that turnpike.
Yep.
Mr. Ed Campbell says, family, this is a powerful and enlightening platform. Keep up the
Thank
good
you.
work, I believe he was trying to say, but it cut off and keep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely
Greatly
gonna have
appreciate
to jump on one of these Saturdays with y'all on your platform.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Stacy Thomas, man. She came on here times. And then all my people in the Middle East. I speak, I don't know y'all know, I speak a little Arabic. So,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Like
Kayfa halik, alhamdulillah, zin, shakbar, Assalamu alaikum. To all my brothers out there in Saudi, Qatar, Kuwait, UAE, Dubai, Oman. Shout out to all my brothers, my students
almost
out
moved
there.
to Dubai.
Well, you would have loved it too.
I almost moved to Kuwait. Sorry.
Kuwait is hot. I'm gonna be honest, baby.
Almost.
Shout out to the Prince out there, Prince Al Sabah. That's our good friend. So
That's what's
yes,
up.
indeed, yes, indeed, blessing. But you'll like Kuwait, but I think you would also enjoy Qatar too as well because that's the new hot spot.
And Dubai.
Dubai, Bahrain, all that.
Dubai, they make you feel like we, they told us when we were there, we the original kings and queens, and they didn't understand why we was coming back to the U.S.
Yes,
All
indeed.
Yeah.
That's a whole. So whenever they come back, we're gonna have some more conversation about all that, y'all. As y'all can see, there's a lot more conversation to be had. Absolutely, Queen.
Yes,
You have
indeed.
anything you want to close out?
I just want to say thank y'all for allowing us to be here. We enjoyed a great conversation, and even
Energy.
just it was great energy. Like it was a lot of the gems that you dropped. I listened, I heard. So
South Philly.
yeah.
So
South Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I think that one thing I just want to encourage y'all to just keep doing what y'all doing, and we definitely gonna like post and repost and share y'all
Show that
content
love.
and all of that because I think this is a great show. I
Thank
think you guys bringing people on to kind of tell their stories and you know, have these conversations with people. And I think it's a blessing, you know. So y'all just keep y'all energy up and keep being that light.
And Beezy up there talking about saving legs. And Beezy.
So I just wanted to say, when our brother Pocket USA was here and he talked about y'all, I could not wait. I didn't know. I've been invited to co-host. This is my brother's show. And I know when he was going to do it, but I knew he was, because that's the same thing when Brian called in on the show before. I was like, oh, I can't wait till he brings him in here. He met him. He moves expediently. So when I saw the poster, I saw y'all's name, and then I called him and he was telling me who. I was like, I know who that is. So I was super excited to meet y'all for a million and one reasons. You all help the community. You help the community together. The Black love is real. I respect that. It's important. It doesn't come without its challenges. Ain't nobody trying to act like it's all crystal stairs. But challenges are what we do best, right? Challenges, absolutely, every single time. And when you do it together, it's a thread. It's the most beautifulest thread. In every industry, they're trying to mimic what that marriage and Black love is for power, because they recognize it is power. So, in all due respect, honor, I love seeing y'all. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing together, but then you also are in the community. And y'all been doing this not since yesterday, but yesteryears yesterday. So that consistency, it's authentic. It's beautiful. You see it oozing all out of y'all. I'm so admonishing you. I'm happy to be in your presence. I'm so glad you came. I can't wait till y'all come again so we can chop it up. And to y'all, I just want to say, I don't want to hear nobody that's on this call, that's on this show tonight, that sees the replays on another night. You better not ever tell me you don't know what Black love looks like.
Appreciate
You better not ever tell me you don't know what it looks like to help your community. I don't want to hear no more. And they ain't giving autographs. They're giving them gems. They're giving that help. They're giving that real love. They're giving what we have. It belongs to us. It's ours. We give it authentically every day. So you can tap in after you tune in, or you can just check the fuck out. And that's my piece.
It's Brooklyn.
Mark, you got something you want to say, my man?
No, sir, not really, y'all. But I will say another great show. Y'all knock it out of the park every week. Y'all bring in people with substance, and I appreciate that, Brooklyn. I appreciate that in y'all. Y'all keep doing your thing. As far as the Newmans are concerned, I'm trying to pattern myself after your work. We are in the early stages of our nonprofit, and we're moving similarly, but we have our hands in so many different things, it's slowing us down. So we are in the final stages of the nonprofit, and that is the tax exemption form. The tax exemption form is the only thing we're lacking, and after that we're gonna start making some.
Okay, y'all gonna fill out that short form.
Short form.
Yeah, and then I'll give you the information. So I'll send you a little. I have a class that I have on what is the platform that it's on? Udemy. See, this my marketing guy. I have a class on Udemy.
But she also teach nonprofit at
Brazosport College.
Oh, I'm gonna.
But I'm gonna send it to you for free.
But tell them what he need to do.
I'm gonna have
What he
to
need
take
to
some
do.
of your courses because I'm doing the same thing.
But tell him
Yeah,
what he need to do.
definitely.
Tell him what he need to do.
I
So
just told him he gonna fill out the short
no, but
form.
it's people on the platform maybe want to hear some nuggets.
Yeah, well, you gotta fill. Well, it depends. So there's a short form and a long form. They shit the show over, so I'm trying to. It's a short form and a long form. If you're gonna make over, or if you anticipate that you're gonna make over 50,000 within that first year, you're gonna fill out the long form.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, as a nonprofit in the first year, you're not going to do that because you're still learning. So you fill out the short form because it's less time and it's quicker for you to go ahead and turn that in and get it back. So With that, I have a thing that I'm gonna email to you. You ain't had to write nothing down before. I'm gonna email it to you. And it got all the things in there. Got all of them in there, step by step on what you gotta do, and then you'll get it done. So everybody else, y'all go to Udemy.
And I want
check it out.
to
I
invite
got you
you
to work
on
it.
Wednesdays. I host the women's meetings on Zoom. So right now we're reading the ISIS papers. So it'll be a while before we finish. I want to invite you to come on one of those Wednesdays when we're not talking about that book.
Okay, I'll be there.
I don't want you to be in the middle of the book like, what y'all talking about?
I'll be there.
But we're moving similarly.
That's what's up.
Y'all mentioned several things that's what we're gonna try to do. I'm trying to bring
No.
financial
You can't use trying no more.
To, I'm going
Well, it's
to.
done. No, it's done.
I've done it already, y'all.
Yeah.
I've done it.
It's done.
I'm moving in that direction to do it. Does that sound better?
You're doing.
I'm doing. I can't word it like that. I can't verbalize it like that. So I'm
What
in
I
the
am
process
doing.
in the process of going into institutions
Yeah.
and teaching these guys and their families, these women too,
Mhm.
financial literacy. So I mean,
Ah.
you can't say you love your family. This goes out to the listening audience too. You can't say you love your family wholeheartedly and allow them to do 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 16 years, 20 years, and come home to nothing.
Mhm.
That's not love to me. I lived it.
Mhm.
It's not love to me. I love my family to death, but that's a weakness in society I want to correct.
Mhm.
If you truly love your loved one, your niece, your uncle, your auntie, your mom, your dad, they're in the feds, they're in the state penitentiary, and you allow them to come home and allow the system to dictate that they live in the hood where they're going to most likely go back.
Regress. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's not love. You protect them from getting locked back up by doing what we're going to try to do. What we're going to do. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Go into these systems and talk to them
And
About
create
financial-
opportunities.
about another. You don't have to come home and rob, brother, sister.
Right.
You don't have to come home and sell your body no more. Come home and sell some real estate.
Mhm.
Start it now. Tell your family that instead of sending you $200 a month on your books with some fruits,
Mhm.
tell them to go get you some life insurance or something.
And look, what you're gonna do is once she send you the paper, you get that done, and then after that, you can already start doing this, researching organizations and nonprofit organizations that's already doing the work.
Okay.
So what you're gonna go in and do, you're gonna partner with those organizations.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you partner with the organizations, that's gonna be your time to get your feet wet,
Okay.
get your data, get your programming, so you can add those different things that y'all doing to your platform. And then after that, you're gonna reach out for grants and other opportunities, money funding, so therefore you can start programming. And that's it, easy.
Oh,
It's all about collaboration and
Yeah.
partnership.
Yeah.
That's life. That's
standing in
a
this
bar.
black excellence,
That's
y'all.
easy, bro. Like
Beautiful.
people find it so hard to be able to work together,
Yeah.
but how can I be able to provide opportunity for you to get, say, I don't have to get paid for it. Only thing you're doing is just collecting the data and getting the time.
Right.
And you know what, somebody that's already getting the money and you said you'll do the work, oh, go ahead. I'm chilling. Now
Right.
you're going to do the work? Okay, go ahead. But
That's
what
right.
you're going to do on the flip side, you're getting all the data, you're getting all the work, you're getting all the content, the pictures, everything. You in the unit doing that, creating your own program. You start getting your flyers out and all that. Man, it's going to be so much grant money coming to your way.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
It's gonna
take
be
a
crazy.
consultation
Then you
with
got the
y'all.
connections.
Right.
Now you're going in there with no problem because
That's
you know
right.
everybody in there.
That's
Right.
You know
good
the
stuff.
process now.
Right.
You good.
That's
Okay.
good information.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you.
Easy, man.
I didn't, I have
That's
some people
great.
in my ear, but what I just heard from you,
Simplified.
nobody
It's
ever,
simplified.
nobody ever simplified it like that, and nobody
That's-
But we
ever
already
told me they
had
was
some
gonna.
opportunities for you to partner with some of these people that's already
Oh, she
doing
said,
what.
put
Just
your
put your
email in
email
there.
address in there, and then
She'll send it right now.
You send it right now. Don't detach from
That's
that.
$10,000. She send it for you free.
Appreciate it, y'all. Appreciate it.
It's only because you from Fifth Ward.
That's the fifth ward discount.
That's
So
it.
I'm gonna have to. I'm from Brooklyn, so
That's
I'm
okay, Brooklyn. I got you,
Oh,
Brooklyn.
I'm a be
Man, we passed it out, Jim.
adopted in. Thank you. I love you,
You'll
sis.
type your email in the top.
Okay.
Put your email in.
We just trying to be a blessing, bro.
I like that.
That's what's up.
I like it.
Those that's what people who want you to win do. In
Mhm.
case y'all never seen that exemplified before, that's what people who want you to win do.
This must be an iPhone.
I'm giving it to you free now.
What we not gonna do? That's right.
Well,
That
We
she
don't
done
want no- we
already
don't
made
want
her
no excuses
disclaimer.
now. We don't want no excuse.
If you
Figure
paying
it out.
$10 for this roof, don't
Yeah.
do that.
Just 'cause you got that over Android over there, man. Figure it
We're
out.
not gonna have an on-air iPhone Android fight.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Every room I step in, we had those fights. When I was in school, we had those fights.
I ain't ready.
The devil tripping, ain't he?
I ain't
He
ready
hot.
to hold
You-
that.
You gotta do the "you mad ain't you" dance when he start tripping. You mad ain't you? You mad ain't you?
That's that devil start tripping when you about to get that
Sure,
blessing, man.
sure does. He's supposed to though.
Your phone trip, battery go down, all that.
Hmm.
You make
Oh,
gotta
like
make
I
it go
shared
down.
with y'all. So I have the Wednesday sessions with the women. We come together, we chop it up about all types of stuff. Like I said, right now, we doing this book together. And no matter what I do, if the conversation gets too heavy, they can't hear me. So I started, that's what I was telling y'all last week. I said,
Mhm.
let me try something.
Mhm.
And so what I was saying was, right, that nigga, he was doing it. I started talking like that. They heard me clearly. I said, all right, I'm going to start talking real. I'll talk deep for a while. Then I'll start messing up. I'll go back. I said, I'm going to clear the channel. So it's an ongoing joke. So just so you know, if you ever those calls and everybody starts saying, we can't hear you, Brooklyn. And I start talking like that. That's why I'm not bipolar. I'm messing with the matrix because there's some real stuff going on out in these streets. I'm like, that really worked. And they like, I hear you crystal clear.
Okay. There you go.
That's crazy.
I already seen it.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
You
Thank
needed
you.
it
Thank
too.
you. And,
Okay.
You needed to
Yes.
brother, in your
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shut it down like this, man. I'm gonna put some cleaner on my hands so I can think everybody.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sanitize it up
Getting
tonight.
started for real.
So I told you on the shows I'm gonna bring solutions. We discuss the problems, whether it be on here or whether it be in private, at all times. So all I've been doing lately is bringing solutions and examples. So when people say there's nothing out here for me to do, there's nobody helping us, blase, blase, blase. The pocket was here last week. The brother say, my child ain't gonna have no issue, so I'm gonna create something.
Facts.
You feel me? Prime example, he got kids. You know, he said, I'm gonna fix the problem. So all the parents out there, you can create something. You ain't just got to get on these internets, on these social networking sites, yelling. We don't got to be in these circles yelling at, well, I did this, and you and the problem, man. For every problem, you got a solution. If you're doing math, any math problem got an answer. It don't matter if it's 0 + 0 or x - x. Everything expedites an answer.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If it doesn't, it's not a problem in the first place.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm bringing solutions to it. They out here helping people with something as simple, not saying it's simple, but something as simple as shoes so they can run to their dream out their own pocket. You see what I'm saying? And the brother says he's looking for help, the right kind of help. He's doing it from his heart, so don't come to him asking for a handout or she gonna check you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking to help, like Brother Jason was saying earlier, go to their websites. Solutions, y'all. It's solutions.
That's right.
We got to stop talking about the problem and we got to start discussing the solution and then acting it out. I say this on every show. The destination is going to be announced, or where I'm going to have this so-called party at, or gathering, a mixer. I'm gathering people who want to do something. If you want to do something, it's called TABLE. Tangible Actions Building Liberation. You see what I'm saying? Miles, did I give you the flyer?
The flyer for
Table.
Table.
We had it up last week.
Okay, well, look on my page. Tangible Actions Building Liberation.
So it's TABL.
TABL, Ebonics version. We ain't saying the E. So, come there. When I'm gonna give you the date. The date's January 3rd. I'm gonna give you there. Yeah, it's on my thing.
Boy, Facebook Live. Wow.
Huh.
There it is.
Facebook you.
So yeah. You can come there. Bring what I'm saying, like they were saying earlier. Bring something to the table. It ain't got to be money. I'm not looking for offerings. I need bodies. I need bodies and I need minds that want to do something. Because I'm taking action. You know, like I said, I've been a part of all these groups. Everybody got something to say, a mission statement, but ain't over here acting out the mission. You see what I'm saying? And if it's not me, go over here with them. I don't care who it's with. I'm gonna stay in touch with y'all. So I can play my part in what y'all doing. But play your part outside of here and create some type. If you don't like the way the police is acting, if you don't like the way your family is acting, if you don't like the way the government is acting, let's create a solution. It ain't got to be me, but let's create a solution in your own life. If you don't like the way your wife is acting, let's create a solution. If you don't like the way your children is acting, let's create a solution. And start to do that solution. You see what I'm saying? So rebuilding and uniting lost energy. The energy, anything lost can be found.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Whether it be in your relationships, whether it be at your job, find that energy within yourself, in your soul, in your body, in your mind, wherever it is for you, and use it and make that change. Like the Michael Jackson song, that man in the mirror to make that change. So leaving out, pat yourselves on the back. I appreciate y'all coming. I like to see a black couple doing it because it's an example for me and my wife. And I can kind of see how y'all interact. And, you know, so I will be calling y'all just on that too if it's cool.
Yeah.
But I like to see that, man, because I like to see examples. And I know there are examples out there, even though it might not be close to me. I know there are examples out there. I'm going to say what with him. Hey, I need a couple that's been doing this for a minute so I can see how they do it. So when I run into roadblocks or not even blocks, when I run in the streets that ain't been built yet, I can kind of know what materials used to pave them out.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So solutions, y'all. It's all about solutions. We're on every Tuesday, 8:30 to 10:30. Brooklyn's gonna be here. I'll have a new guest, the Newmans. I'm gonna be posting their stuff all the time. I'm not good with posting.
I'm not either, but
until
I still will.
But if you see me, if you talk to me, I'm gonna mention them. I'm gonna mention the pocket. I already mentioned the pocket. And anybody else I come that's gonna be on here. But don't talk to me unless you're talking about solutions. Don't come to my party or my mixer, whatever you want to call it, the gathering, unless you come in with solutions, unless you're bringing something to the table. And like I said before, it ain't just money. I need you to bring your ideas, your energy. Hey, man, I can help you do it. That's better than money.
Absolutely.
Action, something tangible. That's better than money. We are tangible beings.
That's right.
Everybody was in my arm space right now. Tangible. You helping them with the track. That's tangible. You gave them shoes. You didn't give them money. You gave them shoes. That's tangible. That's something's going to help them run better. You know, G Unity, as you was talking about earlier, how they came together. That was tangible. That boosted them kids' confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I could do this. With 50 Cent, what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
You working at the Boys and Girls Club. We didn't get into it, but I know with your spirit right now that you give them confidence.
Yeah.
That you give them something tangible. You give them you.
That's right.
You don't have to be there.
Yeah.
You don't seem like a dumb woman to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seem like a dumb couple. You don't have to be there. You can be somewhere else giving your energy. Tangible, man. We got to be tangible in our lives, not just with the culture, but start with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So solutions for yourself, man, whatever it is, actually be about it. Stop talking about it. Write it down, and within the next couple minutes to an hour, start working on it. There's always something that you can do. And if you go asking anybody for help and they tell you, hey, just give this man $10. Give the man $10 and be standing outside when he arrives. That's it. If you can't make it because you're sitting on the toilet when he comes, that's your fault. And then the next time you can't make it because your toe hurts. Hey, don't tell him to come today, my toe hurts. Then you don't deserve that blessing. You see what I'm
You
saying?
gotta be in position.
You gotta be, man. And the person's already setting you up.
Be in position.
If he's already telling you where to be, you play football, right?
That's
If the
right.
quarterback say this man ain't gonna defend you, you faster than him. Get your behind in position to catch that ball.
Fast and get better catch.
Yes.
That's right.
If you don't, we got an issue because I done told you everything that's gonna happen
You
already.
done told them the route.
Hmm.
You done
Yep.
told them the route to run.
That's right.
And you don't do it, you don't come through, that's on you.
That's on you.
That's the frustration I feel like Dion had with his team, bro.
Yeah.
We out of time.
Yeah, that's another.
But that's good stuff.
That's another
Okay, so y'all know y'all coming back.
I'm look. I'm
When you ready to drive from
Oklahoma. I'm gonna have a show where I get all my guests and I'm gonna cook for them. We're gonna sit down and everybody just gonna work with each other, connect. I'm all about the connection. So you can help someone like you just did with Malcolm right here. You know what I'm saying?
That's Fifth Ward though.
Yeah, Fifth Ward.
You know I'm gonna be calling you that every Tuesday now, right? What else, Fifth Ward? That's what I'm gonna be calling you
Little
every
Fifth Ward.
Tuesday.
Come on
Well,
with it.
take everything you heard, man, digest it, and when it comes out, make sure it comes out with action, man. Take all the vitamins and everything out and utilize that. 8:30 to 10:30, Brooklyn, the Newman family. Malcolm got some dirty music for y'all to listen to. So put the kids to sleep, and later on in the day, you can hear that good stuff. He got a little bit of everything. He got the funk and the fucked up. So
Those are two different bedtimes. Put the kids to bed, and then you got your own.
Go ahead, take them out, Malcolm. Tell them what's up.
He already know what it is, y'all. We jam right now. We jam all music, all genres of music. If you're an artist, send your music in to the following email. It's Real Talk 100 Radio with 2 O's at gmail.com. Send your music in MP3 form only. Rotation is free here at Real Talk 100 Radio. Send your music in, send your music in, send your music in. That's the first thing. Now, to get to what y'all was talking about, yes. Right now, currently, we jam 3 genres of music, and that's 90s and 2000s R&B and hip-hop hits most of the day. Then we jam Southern Soul for the old heads. Then we jam nothing but the raunchy music he talking about. So put your kids to sleep. I mean, it's going to be some booty shaking music. It's going to be some B's and some H's. And hey, if you don't like that kind of music, do not tune in. We purposely play it late at night for sponsorship reasons. So we're trying to tread lightly there because we know language is sometimes offensive, but it is played for the most part after 8 p.m. So we're looking for the next Jay-Z, the next Beyonce, the next George Strait, the next rock band, whoever is next to blow. That's what we're looking for. So it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen: R&B, neo soul, gospel, rap, country, reggaeton. Artists, please send your registered music. Registered. Why am I saying registered? Because we're trying to get you paid. A lot of radio stations won't tell you that. They'll just spend your music, and you're spending it for nothing if it's not registered. So send your music to that email right there. And that's all we got tonight. As you already said, join this show for more deep and philosophical conversations every Tuesday night from 8:30 to 10:30. And I know y'all looking at the clock saying, well, shit, it's 11:30. Yeah. Hey, I own the place. So
12:30 for my
if it's
East Coast folks.
if it's dope conversation, I'm not one of those mini-series producers on TV. I don't know how they do it. I say this all the time. Those mini-series, they get on the show and they build a plot up, and then, we'll see y'all next week. I can't do it. If it's a dope conversation like tonight, I let it go. And I get in trouble with my team all the time.
I appreciate it, Mark.
Yeah, I get in trouble with my team all the time. They like, boy, you supposed to be out of there at 10:30. It's 12. I'm like, look, it was a dope conversation. Anyway, this is the Newmans. Everybody, I have their information up on the screen. This has been the Rely Radio Show. Rely stands for Rebooting and Uniting Lost Energy. You can follow the Rely Radio station, Rely Radio Show on Instagram at Rely Radio. That is RAULI Radio. Tune in every Tuesday night from 8:30 to 10:30. Tonight we've been with Mr. LaMarcus and Miss Amber Newman, husband and wife team. They're all about helping the community any way they can. If you would like to join them, I believe it was Jason X and a couple other people. If you would like to join them, that's LaMarcus right there talking to you. If you would like to join them in their efforts There's their website right there to find out more information at newmansfoundation.org. Find out all the information you can on that website. Good night, everybody, from the Rely Radio Show. Excuse me, I must be tired. Good night, everybody, from the Rely Radio Show. Real Talk 100 Radio. Brooklyn Sun on your far left is the co-host. Good night from Mr. Inyar. Zulu in the middle. Good night from the Newmans. Stand up one more time, Newmans, and tell them where to get them T-shirts at.
Blessingsgear.com.
Blessingsgear.com.
Blessingsgear.com. I have that website up here too, but they just told you. Go to blessingsgear.com and shop for their T-shirts. And the T-shirts are geared for what? It's
a Christian religious clothing brand. So it's a little hood, but it's holy.
Hood and holy. I have the website up here somewhere. But good night, everybody, from the Rely Radio Station.
Peace.
Peace. Bless.
Good night, everybody.
Yes.